Hey everyone, welcome back. It is your friendly neighborhood Prax here for another Sunday edition of Witcher Roads Home. It is, hey, thank you for that resub, Trooper. Appreciate it. It is time for me to introduce my wonderful players, let them introduce themselves and who they're playing, and answer. Here's my favorite question. What is one thing you as a player would enjoy going to visit in Oxenfurt if you were going sightseeing in Oxenfurt? So why don't we start with Trooper? Hey Trooper, how are you? How's life going for you?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm Trooper SJP, and I play Lord Math Varen, Master Druid from the Circle of Cade Mirkvid. And oh, uh, I as a player, I think Math is different. Math would probably want to see some gardens or something. But I suppose I suppose I'd want to see the university, right? Because there might be interesting things there. I probably would like I see what, yeah, I want to see the university. I want to see who the faculty are, see if they've got any music folks there, see what kind of stuff there is to find in their special collections, their library. Um, maybe yeah, absolutely.
I
That's
can
that's what I personally would want to see.
I can confirm that they have a bard college because
Oh,
a certain
nice.
Yasker teaches there. Um
Well, then I would go to the Bard College at the university there, and I would like check things out.
Yes, it is one of the canon things. Dandelion teaches at the university occasionally. Um, so next up, directly underneath Trooper, we have Billy back. Hey Billy, how you doing? How's life going for you? And again, thank you for last week's hilarity of just rolling on the floor laughter.
You are most certainly welcome. Um, and don't thank me, thank Ardzo. The character that I play of the Gulo family. He is a doctor, uses he, him pronouns, as do I. And Oxenfurt, I'm just like, I still think the university would be tops, probably for both me and Ardzo to um check out and see. Um, compare notes, compare and contrast notes in terms of like healing arts and things like that. Um, but me personally, Billy would want to see how big their section is on bears. Like that's like the first thing I'd like to do is whenever I go into a library, which if you know me is all the time. I'm like in a library all the time. That's a joke. And I first thing I do is I go in there and I ask like, hey, how big is your bears section?
We're gonna leave the pin in that and go to jump over to Simon. How you doing? Welcome back. How's life going for you?
I am doing okay, all things considered. I'm Simon, at one of the I use he, him pronouns, just like Kadern, who is currently in Oxenfurt. What would Kadern want to visit? He would probably want to go back to the Rosebud, given that he probably still has his sort of like membership card with like the little punched holes in it. I'm two more visits shy of a free threesome. That's how it works.
Oh, nice, nice.
Um,
But you, what does Simon want to do in
Simon,
Oxenfurt?
honestly, Simon would do exactly what Simon likes to do in a lot of places that Simon visits, and it's just to walk around.
Fair.
I would just take the whole day to walk up and down all the streets, except the ones where I'm clearly going to get shanked, because it still is Oxenford, and there are still a very major crime element present in the city. Um, but yeah, that's me.
Yay! And then last but never least, hey Lindy, welcome back. How you doing? How's life going
Hi,
for you?
it's me, last never least Lindy, also known as Laugh Love Lindy. And I'm here playing Brenna, Countess Brenna von Vedler of the Cat School Witcher. Here to do some sightseeing. What I want to see in Oxford, this is what I did every time I there in the games, I want to just run around on the docks because it was so pretty, the view, because you could look up and you see all the tiers of the city. You look out, it's pretty water. Lots of interesting people to talk to, that kind of thing. It was very nice on the docks. That and like the little switchbacks up to the top. That's where I would want to go. Those are my two favorite spots in Oxenfurt as a player playing the game. Brenna's never been before. She doesn't know what else is here aside this tea house and the wild hunt. So
that is fair.
Both of which she's fine to leave right now, if that was. But you know, someone might need time. They might be tuckered out. I don't know. It's hard to say. Or they might have like a conscience about innocent people dying or something weird.
You know, that is a point.
Oh, and I give people sepsis. There we go. That's my full.
Well, Brenna does enjoy giving people sepsis.
Yes. No. I don't think I have, but Brenna's done it a lot.
Brenna probably has done it a lot. Oops. There we go. So I am, however, the wonderful GM for the night, your friendly neighborhood Prax. Welcome to the channel. I use she, her pronouns, and I'll be your GM for the evening, leading you through this wonderful journey of our Witcher Golden Age campaign. Currently, the party is split, with Lord Maff and Ardzo back in Matina, at the home of Count Gavril von Velde, under siege in the mountains. Well, Maff is recovering from a concussion, and Ardzo is helping out as he can. But Kadern and Brenna teleported to the city of Oxenfurt, to the north and west of Matina, by a good distance. Unfortunately, I can't give you a specific number of miles or distance because nobody knows. At least a couple weeks, perhaps months of travel.
I checked Google Maps, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the problem when your author doesn't give you any maps that are standard in the media, or even a standard measurement of time of how long it takes to get there. It's a thing. It's a thing. And so they teleported to Oxenfurt to have tea at a tea house with with the wonderful teacher, Master Mage Alzor, former Grand Master of Banard, one of the 5 mages credited with the creation of Witchers and all of those secrets that they, well, kept for that. But unfortunately, I'm also a slightly antagonist who had some slight, wasn't well liked by a lot of people, mostly because they kept running into his kind of issues and then not, trying to break up his shit and breaking it, and he felt kind of attacked like that, so he attacked them back. It was all their fault anyways. They started it. And then there was a very pleasant conversation and a very pleasant tea, and then there was stabbing, which I feel was a little bit aggressive response.
No, I witnessed an assault and I counteracted. Consent is key. But Alzor wouldn't know about
Brenna's
that.
a hero, right? Like,
yeah,
clearly,
sure.
Brenna's like a hero, defending those who are being assaulted. Yeah, absolutely.
On occasion, when she's in the mood or being paid. Yeah.
I would
Part-time hero.
I would also like to point out, for future reference, you also technically what you witnessed was a battery, not an assault, because there was technical
I'm
contact.
not a lawyer. I just know it
Fine.
was a crime.
Complicated definition thereof. But or thievery. That was what you really witnessed. But
Well, I didn't see that. I just saw him touch him, and I was like, nah, no.
this is
Bad
fair.
bitch.
You didn't actually
Bad.
see. You didn't actually see.
I-
His sleight of hand was just good enough that you didn't see him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It was theft. I was like, nope.
But well, then you gave him sepsis, and then he said, "Fuck this shit, I'm gone." And Kadarin did try and interrupt that, but did not roll well enough. So now you are upstairs with the sounds of silence coming from below and a chill in the air. And the probability that the Wild Hunt is downstairs.
I think we gotta go.
I'm gonna take a handkerchief, wipe off the blood of Alzor onto it, nicely place it in my pocket. Bath might enjoy that later. Go. All right, so we portaling out of here without any sightseeing. Then
We're not portaling out of here.
uh,
We're stopping the Wild Hunt. How many of them could there be anyway?
oh, I don't know. There's only like an army of them outside of in Matina
There's
right now, and
Army
and
outside of
how many of the
Medina, army
armies
outside of.
yes. So what's to say they don't just reallocate half of it to here on a
At
whim?
least we can see.
Right, so we see and then go.
I guess.
All right, that's amenable to Brenna.
See and then go. So
Check
you're
it out and then GTFO. Yeah.
so you're on the second floor again of this loft in these kind of alcoves with heavy curtains that are stitched to be protected internal wards, so again, they're down the street from the university. They don't want things to light on fire and or be destroyed more than college students. Am I right? So these heavy curtains have also blocked out sound, but it's much more quiet than it should be downstairs, and you know this, Brenna. And your medallion is just barely vibrating. So you you step out onto the landing, and you can see darkness below you.
Quietly, very quiet. I'm gonna like pitch dark, like unnatural darkness.
Well, I mean,
I do have pretty good eyesight, so
you do, and in fact, and to be fair, you might actually see something.
Oh, okay.
Why did that not?
I'll roll a stealth check because I am quietly attempting to move. Just because that's what Brenna would do, knowing that there's a literal ambush outside. 15. That's could have fumbled way worse. 15's pretty good on the fumble.
You can see light below you.
Okay. It's just darker than it was when we came in.
Significantly, because it was supposed to be, like daylight.
Yeah.
That's a thing that's, a thing that happens.
You said it's got like a walkway railing around the open center.
Yep. And you can see a little bit of light. And by a little bit, I mean you can see what you can see right now on the map.
My question is, I'm still at Castle Posfact. If that's
same.
You will. Oh, sorry. It didn't change. It didn't trade you. Oh, hold on. It didn't. Why is it not moving you all to
basically
the map?
I'm trying to see if it's darker outside now and that's why it's so dark in here, or if there's a weird darkness specifically downstairs. So trying to catch sight of a window, I guess, would be the answer as I creep to the edge so I can actually look down. And I'll make an awareness check if you like.
I will move you there. Cool.
Ah, yes.
And cool. Like that. That's what you see.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A lot bright. Well, no, it shouldn't be that bright, but apparently I can't do things the right way. Should be like this. What you see. There we go. That's better. That's what you see. You can see light on the stage, and you see an individual standing on the stage. You see another couple individuals around with lights around them at the bottom of the stairs. It is definitely dark. You can still see the windows outside. You know, if you looked out the windows from where you are on the second floor and like peeked out the windows outside,
Yeah.
You would see that it's still daylight.
Okay, so it's just in here then.
Yep.
Take that step backwards then to tell Cadarn.
Mhm.
I see at least 3. They are, it's very dark down there. Guessing magic is involved because it's still daylight outside. It's just kind of milling about and chilling, so. But that's only what I see.
Only 3 of them.
That I can see from that specific spot on the railing right there. Inside of this building.
Okay.
It seems like it's far too easy.
Well, 3 is not an army.
No. But
3?
it could be to lull us into a false sense of security and there's more in the wings waiting.
Well, we won't know unless we try something.
Just to save enough energy for an out. I'll just put a hand on his shoulder.
Out of curiosity.
Yep.
From where I am, do I see anyone? And also, is it like 5 feet per square? Or...
No, it's 2 meters per square.
Okay, 2 meters. Yeah. Okay.
Did I convert this so that you could do it in Witcher? Yes, I did.
Yeah. And yeah, do I see any of them, or would I have to go onto the railing, like on the mezzanine, like
if you can,
like Brenda did?
You would have to go from where, if you're standing just in back, you know, next to the table, you might see the flicker of light to see over the rail. You'd have to look over the railing and down. You might see the gentleman barely make out the individual on the small stage against the far wall.
Positions as well.
Yeah,
so you can.
But I think it's one of the, because the whole loft goes like a U around the three of the 4 sides of the 3 sides that don't include the front door. The line of sight would be disturbed unless you went to the railing.
I have a second question.
Yes.
Do I smell blood from downstairs? Like, did they just murder everyone downstairs, or were they evacuated? Or it's like oh, Alzor said, when these people come in, you lead them upstairs and then you go. Tea time's over.
What just happened?
I don't know. It seems like the lights are going out.
Yeah.
Okay. I adjusted.
Well, that was the night the lights went out in Oxenford. That's
yeah. What I adjusted was the lights for, because it shifted the it shifted the it shifted okay, so you still see it dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Darker now.
Okay. Okay. For some reason, it lit up all of it for me.
Oh, GM view's always going to be different.
This
the
is
GM
true.
does not see what the players see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it used to show me so I could see where your light paths ended, and now it's totally bright, like it was revealed.
Well, I
Yeah,
can
that
tell
was
you
not the
that there's
case.
only it's
Yeah.
like a 1 square,
Yeah.
or I should say 1.5 square radius around there.
Yeah,
Minis.
which is what it should have been, because
Okay.
the map was set to
Ah.
meters, but the individuals were set to feet, and then it shifted
Ah, gotcha,
to,
gotcha.
and then it went to, oh, now you're in meters, so now let's make it 5 meters instead of 2, which is what it should have been, and so I fixed them. So
Okay.
you see the light of the individual, you see the individual on the stage, you see the other 2 individuals, one next to the fireplace to the far wall against from where you are, which if you came in through the front door is to the right, and the individual standing in the center of the room. All of them dressed in heavy black full plate armor with helms that fully cover their entire face, cloaks that are brought up around them. There's a small chill filtering up your back, that wisp of coldness that just kind of stays there. And people at home see a lot more than, because they see what I see.
Mm-hmm. So are we opening with violence, or do you want to chat first?
They look like they want to have a chat.
That doesn't mean you can't open with violence. I'm leaving it up to you. She thinks violence is a great opening move, by the way.
What are they dressed like?
Robed, very robed, masked. Seems they're going for the mysterious, spooky vibe. It's not really working for them. And the darkness helps; it gives an edge, but I feel like some more spikes would have been effective or something. Blood drenched, maybe. I'm not here to critique their aesthetic.
Did they look human?
It's a robed, hooded, and masked. It's a little difficult. It's a humanoid.
Eared?
In full plate armor, by the way.
Oh, in full plate armor as well.
Oh, well then. See, you should have led with that.
Yeah, well.
Do we have any bystanders? Like, is everyone dead?
Yeah, my question, did I smell blood or anything from downstairs?
You didn't smell any blood based on
Okay.
your awareness rolls from last week.
Okay. Well, I don't smell any murder from downstairs. So is it I killed anyone without spilling any blood, or everyone left once we got up here into the room? Like a trap.
Yeah, I don't like this darkness. Can I this is clearly unnatural darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were in the middle of the day. Can I sense if I can dispel it?
You could roll me magical training.
I will do just that. Oop, wrong tab. Oop. Nice, 15. We
both
start
crit
off
failed
well tonight.
with 15s. I mean, to be fair though, 15 on a crit fail is not bad in this game.
Nope.
Could have rolled far worse.
Seems
Not
a
good,
good
but it's
number.
not bad. Yeah.
With a 15, you know you can't do it with your traditional connections to chaos. But there is another path you could take. Maybe. You don't know. You haven't played with that connection. You haven't tried that magic enough to know one way or the other.
But we don't know if there are any people down there.
You do not know.
Then, would I remember how many people there were when we came in? Aside from the halfling woman?
No, because you didn't pay attention. You didn't have a good awareness roll when you entered. Brenna did.
All right, then I will do like Brenna did. I'll sneak up on the railing to get a better look at what's going on down there.
Cool. 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 That sounds like a plan. Can I get you to then roll me an awareness? Or first roll me a stealth.
I'll put 1 point of luck just in case. 20.
20. Good to know. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Could you roll me an awareness?
Yes, I won't put anything in there. 20 again.
You can see the three figures that are almost like they have a light source that might be on them, as if they're carrying a candle or a torch. The individual standing on the small stage is the most well lit. And the individual by the far fireplace is almost backlit by the glowing embers of the fire. You don't see any other individuals. You don't hear anyone. You don't see anyone. Like, you kind of have to crane your head because the bar is kind of like underneath where you are on the railing, you know, at the position you are in the loft. You don't see anybody at the bar. You don't see any lights at the bar. You can make out 1 or 2 tables that look like they still have papers on them, but you don't see anybody seated there or any lights around it.
Then in that case, I think I'll agree with Brenna and do what I expected Alzor to do. And I will lightning bolt the guy on the stage.
Please roll me initiative.
Initiative, or do I get to shoot him first?
No, you don't get to shoot him first.
Okay.
Sorry, your stealth was not that quiet.
I didn't select my character. Here, I had a 15. You can just change it to 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to enter it manually because it didn't So Brenna had a 13, Kadarin had a 15, and our friends...
Baldwin has a 50, because that's wild.
No.
He's not here right now that we know of.
Yeah, I don't... That didn't happen. That was not a thing.
He was. I did give him sepsis that one time.
Yes, but he didn't roll a 50 that time either.
No, he didn't.
I'd
be like, man, can move for a guy who had sepsis. Dang.
And the stat is just reflex, right?
Yeah, it's just a D10 plus reflex.
Hi. A 22, a 19, and a 38.
Baldwin wasn't far off with a 50.
I know, right?
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna... There we go. All right. So, as you lean over to launch the spell. Sorry. I feel like some appropriate music is needed here. There we go. How's that sound for everybody at home? Can you hear it? Does it sound okay? Or do I need to bring it up a little bit more? There we go. Cool. Cool. So, first up, who's number... Okay, I'm gonna put a blue dot on number 1, a red dot on number 2, and a green dot on number 3. Just that way we all know who is who. Cool. So, he looks up to see you cast this spell, and you hear a shout ring out, like a single command. And Brenna, you don't recognize it, or you can't understand it. Kadern, you hear them shout out, "Seize him," and point to you.
I use a free action to just look at him, like, should have avoided this, and then just look back at the wild hunt.
They want me.
And he's going to try a thing.
Didn't know sightseeing in Oxenfurt was so popular.
He's going to try a thing, and I have a piece of luck, so he's going to do that. And he's going to try and use magic. I need either a dodge or a dodge from, or a athletics from Kadern, as he's trying to use telekinesis to pull you over the ledge.
Ooh.
To pull you over the ledge of the railing.
I will try to dodge it. Let me just see. Where's my dodge?
Yeah, because it's not a resist magic roll.
Okay, and this is all right. So, wait, why do I have a? Oh yeah, because of the leg. That's true.
Yeah, you have a permanent.
So, I will put 2 points of luck in there. Mind you, yeah, sure, why not? For a 22.
22. You will be pulled over the ledge onto the ground. Actually, no. I'll be kind. You're pulled over to the ledge and onto the table, because that makes more sense over where things are. He's falling on the table, and you will break the table. But as we all know in mechanics in this game, the fall damage goes to what you land on first.
Yeah. Poor table is dead.
That table is super dead.
Super
That
dead.
is one
But you are
dead
currently
table.
prone. And you are now prone on the ground, and that is his action. And we go to guy number 1, who is this gentleman who's going to come up on you and attempt to grapple you with an athletics check while you are prone. And, you know, he wants to manacle you. It's fine. Yes, that might be... I can use brawling or athletics, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
to do the grapple.
To do the grapple. And it's, brawling is... Sorry, I have to do this manually, so I'm trying to remember what brawling stat is.
Brawling is dex. My sheet. Why did it go on? Brawling is reflex.
Reflex. Okay, that's what
Everything
I thought.
is reflex. It's
Everything is
athletic.
reflex. Yeah. So
Except archery and crossbow. And
Well,
athletics.
I meant melee wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I try to dodge him by
Melee-wise, yeah.
rolling around on the ground?
you can try to reposition. Don't forget to subtract your stamina for your second defense for this round.
Yes.
Are prone.
But without repositioning, I just want to use. Can I just use dodge?
To escape a grapple, I think it has to be athletics.
Okay.
For the mechanics of grapple, am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I grapple often. In-depth combat, brawling
Yeah, I
and
don't
wrestling.
grapple often either.
Grapple.
Grapple. You can roll. Each turn, your opponent can attempt a dodge escape roll against your brawling to slip.
Okay, so it is dodge escape. That's what we thought. All right. Okay, so
Cool.
you can try to dodge. You know.
Yeah. 25.
Okay, so you are rolling.
Nice.
You are dodging his grapple attempt, but he is all up in your business. At the moment. And then individual number 2, he is going to also.
By the way, if you want, you can also give them numbers. When you went to
Yeah.
click on the little green circle or red or whatever,
Yeah.
You just hit the number. Just
you
hover
hit the-
over it.
you
Yeah.
hover over and you press a number on your keyboard and it'll put that number in the
Mhm.
circle. I learned that recently.
Yeah, no, it's great for keeping track of like spell rounds.
No, it's you don't click on it. You have to just hover and then press like 2 on your keyboard.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But it's actually 1, not 2.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he's-
But I mean, like, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
way,
There we go. Okay. And then
That way it's easier than going. Which one? Wait, which one was green? Yeah.
3. There we go. All right, there we go. Thank you. I appreciate that. That does work. All right, so you guys know who 1, 2, and 3 are.
yeah.
They're marked. 2 is going to actually come up on you and attempt to also. Yeah, he can get there. He can just barely get there, but he can get there, and he is also going to attempt to grapple you with a 29
Oh,
as he crit, but only for a +1. So you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm gonna try to free myself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are it's not gonna happen. Yeah.
No, you are now grappled. I'm going to put a marker on you that you are grappled. In the net, you are netted. Therefore, you are grappled.
mm-hmm.
By
Okay, so
number
I
2.
got -2 to all my physical actions.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back to that in a second, and then that leads to Kadern's turn. Hey, Kadern.
Oh no, I'm in a net.
You are in a net.
I am in a net.
Hi, Annette.
I wink and a lightning bolt comes out of me. Because I don't need to do physical actions to cast.
This is true.
Can I target both of them?
For lightning bolt,
Yeah.
I mean, they're standing next to each other, but I don't know that you can position yourself because you're currently grappled to get them in a straight line.
Well, that's the thing is they just put a net on me, right?
No, I put the net on you to mark that you're grappled.
Oh, sorry. I thought he
Yeah, I thought
No,
you
no,
actually
I thought
put it on
he
you
threw
too.
My-
a net on me. Okay.
My apologies as a GM. I used the net to indicate that you are grappled.
Yeah, no,
he
that's
has just
fine. It's
grabbed
just
you around. You know, he's just
Yeah, well-
pinning you down right now.
then it's
Because I was
going
about to
to.
ask, how do you free someone from a net? That was gonna be my first question. So yeah, no, good.
No.
Then I mean I'm going lightning bolt him
Okay, that makes that is you can do.
because he's right next to me and he's also grappling. You and the target. Oh no, just the target. God damn it. Okay. So he doesn't have -2s, but I'm going to
No, he doesn't.
lightning bolt his ass.
And what is the defense on that?
Well, I need to roll first, and I'll tell you that in a second. Boop. Whoa, no, Simon, wrong button. There we go. And that would be my spell casting. And just to make sure, I'll put 1 point of luck in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also got my +3 for the greater focus.
Mm-hmm.
32.
Cool. And that is
He can use. It would normally be.
oh, it's Owlsworth's Thunder. Okay.
Yeah, it's also Thunder. It's a dodge.
Okay. So he gets to dodge you. Yay. All right. Oh, hi. Ooh.
He's the red one. The one grappling me is the one in. Oh, they all had foot plates, right?
Mhm.
They all have full plate, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. It's the same number. Great. Why was I making my life difficult? The 31.
Oh, doesn't dodge.
That's a miss.
That is indeed a miss, from your spellcasting. So he will take that damage.
And he has 75% chance of getting set on fire.
Yeah. So that damage is 29. Cool. And he will roll 1d100. 13. He's okay. I mean, Cthulhu rules, right?
Oh, I didn't.
I mean,
Check, so-
we've been using Cthulhu rules the entire game. That's just
It
what
works
I've
for
been
me.
doing. Just because it's easy for me to remember. So he is not on fire, but he did take 29 points of damage, and he did not like that at all.
Is he still
I
like
mean,
what's the reaction to the lightning going through him?
you can you ever
You
see?
smell some elf cooking?
No, funnily enough, you don't.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a lightning strike in the middle of winter?
No, I live in Florida.
I mean, yes, but it doesn't. I mean, I've seen it in the sky.
Okay, like, snow lightning is a beautiful thing. Interesting atmospheric event, but it does happen. When lightning strikes through snow, you can smell the cold, but it also has this faint trail of burn through it, and the electricity that burns on the back of your neck just stands up a little bit more. Like, you feel like it should have burned him significantly more, but it didn't. Or, if it did, you can't tell.
Okay.
He took damage, by the way. You can definitely see the scorch mark on the thing.
All right. He's
Still technically grappling you, yes.
yeah, he's like
Yeah, he's holding. It's one of those. He's holding you down, kind of like pinning you to this broken table, and you wink to shoot lightning at him, and you strike him in the middle. Basically, you tried to dodge to one side, but he's all up in your grill at the moment, so it's really kind of hard to do without letting you go. And he took the hit rather than let you go.
but he's on top of me.
Yes, he's fully dominating this situation.
Oh, Kadarin said last
Nice.
session that he's a top, not a bottom, so this isn't gonna, yeah.
So
Oof.
it's gonna cost a lot, but do you want to use it as a? No, I'll wait. I'm done with my turn.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, Brenna. Kadarin has been pulled over the rail. and-
Time to stand.
You're gonna jump down, right?
I mean, I could. The stairs are also right there. So
Yeah,
like,
but
I
it's
could-
like you're technically on the second floor. I don't have the second floor on the map. I'm sorry, I'm a horrible person.
Sure, yeah, I'll jump onto the bar because that's a shortcut, and then
Because like if you took the stairs, it would take a full round action to run.
okay, yeah, no, I'll
Yeah.
jump down onto the bar and then over.
Mhm.
That's easy enough. I've done that in real life. That's not hard to do.
That that is epically looks epic, and you can do it.
Cool, and then I come up on this guy,
Who is
because he's
technically
grappling Kadarin,
pinning Kadarin to the
and
broken
I want
table?
him to not do that. So I'm gonna stab him.
Hmm.
I think I want to stab his arm, so he has a harder time grappling Kadarin. Like,
Okay,
they
so-
they go for the shoulder.
Called shot.
Yeah,
Take your called shot penalty.
I will. I always do. Let's see. Yep. Strikes. Extraction. First attack. Arm. We'll go for one for the arm and then one for the torso, just to keep it spicy. So first is the arm, second's torso.
Okay, so he's gonna dodge. Actually, yeah, he's gonna attempt to dodge. 27. He's gonna take the
Alright.
hit, but it's, you know.
Yeah. So that's the limb. So I did not roll
Half
good
of-
damage on that.
Half of that is 9.
So 9.
It does not go through his full
Go through
armor.
plate.
You
Yeah,
can
that
hear
was
it
the-
ding off of the shoulder pauldron that's there.
Yep.
It sounds odd. You've taken steel to many a type of heavy
Does it sound
metal
like
armor.
when I was playing with that dagger? Is it that same kind of metal sound? Okay. But it doesn't sound hollow. Or
No, it doesn't
anything.
sound hollow.
Okay.
No. It doesn't sound
That was
hollow.
a concern.
No. It does not sound hollow. It sounds
It just
like
sounds like that weird metal.
it
Okay,
sounds like a
that's fine.
metal that it doesn't sound natural to your ear. It dings the wrong way.
A lot of
Um,
the things I fight don't sound natural.
Yes.
It's fine.
So the second attempt at a dodge is a 24. He will fail again. That's
This is
basically
to the
7 points.
torso. 27 to the torso.
That unfortunately won't go through. That will go through by 1 point.
Okay, 26 armor. Yeah. But that means he's also bleeding now.
He is
Because it went
bleeding.
through.
He is
So
bleeding because it
it's
went through.
100% chance of bleed.
Uh,
Like, it's like...
But
just...
now it's only 25 armor.
Yeah,
true.
but it is 25 armor, and there's a reason why that armor isn't as good as what you could have had, because you'll see in a second. All right, so he'll take 1 point of damage, and he's bleeding. Cool, which means he's taking 3 points of blood.
Then I will spend the stamina. Come here. There it is. He's being weird. And make another swing. Because, like, yeah, and I'm gonna do one more swing for the arm, because again, I want him to let go of Kadarin.
Okay.
So it's gonna be another call strike. This one's gonna be strong strike. I'm just, yep, I know it's penalties, but
Yep.
we're just gonna, you never know.
You
unless
never know.
Try.
I am taking. Don't worry, I'm paying attention to their stamina as well.
Yeah,
43.
that's a strong strike called shot to his arm.
Ooh.
He can't do anything with that. It's a 22. No, it's a deadly crit. You're taking his arm off.
Well, it should be easier for you to escape now, Kadarin.
So you've taken the arm off, and the arm is now bleeding from arterial spray into your face.
He's like
Fun.
extra bleeding. And I'll
Fun.
roll the damage just to see, because hit points sake.
I need to roll a thing.
26. That's much better damage as well.
Yeah, much better damage. Still halved, but much better damage.
Yeah.
But he also takes the extra crit damage.
He also takes the extra crit
Yep.
damage. He is still up. He is not looking great. He is bleeding
It was
profusely. He's-
27.
Oh, wait,
the,
no.
The damage was
Because it's doubled. So it would be, yeah, because I did a strong strike. So that would have been 26 to the arm,
also-
regardless.
but 27 because when you rolled it, it rolled the damage already. Like they
No,
do a
no,
pair
the
of
first
things.
the
No.
27 was the first damage
I
on the
see.
roll above. Was the previous.
Yeah, no. The
Nice,
the
nice,
26 would have been doubled because it's a strong strike. So it's 26 halved.
Mhm.
Halved is 26. It's not
Yeah.
13. So, but yes.
So,
Nice.
yeah, he is barely standing, but he's still up.
There was like a half second on the top where Ben was like, I really want him. But then I'd have to walk back to like ugh.
Wow.
and then she's like, and then he, like, who knows what they do to him? I don't like that. Why don't I like that? Whatever, I'm gonna stab the guy. There's like the 3 thoughts that go through her head is, they don't want me. Oh, then I have to walk, and I guess I don't like the thought of anything bad happening to him. Why? That's weird. That's really weird.
Indeed.
So weird. Gross. So I stabbed really
Ugh.
good.
Feelings.
Ugh.
Ah.
So it's back to
So
the
I
top of the
took
round.
his arm because they made me feel feelings.
They made you feel feelings, so you took his arm.
I
Okay,
did. Yes.
fair, fair. So, top of the round.
I
Um,
don't understand what's happening.
Cool. Unfortunately for you,
Yeah.
some new friends
I'm
come to
sure
play.
they. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Some
This is-
some new friends come to play. And by that I mean a few more friends come to play because an order was given and they are going to obey that order regardless, and you're in the way right now.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
So luckily the gentleman across the room is going to take him a full round of movement to get across the room, so he's not going to do anything except get all up on your grill.
It's fine.
But these three, however, are going to be a problem, and this guy is going to come over and make himself get closer for a little bit. So first up, number one, who is the buddy who failed on the first grapple, is going to attempt to stab Brenna, because you took his friend's arm off.
I did. That's yeah.
He doesn't like
understand.
that.
Yeah, it brought me joy. I don't know what else to tell you.
It did bring you joy, but it's now going to bring you...
It sparked joy.
It sparked joy, but now it's going to spark pain. Fuck!
Maybe.
Sadness.
Okay.
18.
I will attempt to dodge.
An 18.
Oh, he hits by 1.
I'll take that goddamn hit.
Unless I spend a point of luck, maybe. No, I
Luck.
won't.
I would do it.
You would do it. All right, I'll spend that point of luck.
Actually, I have a very important question. However,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't take the negative, and you're
Oh, I
now
didn't.
surrounded.
I did. I was unaware that I was surrounded. I can't.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah. Oh,
see
sorry.
those other guys.
Their thing should have lit up.
Oh, I see.
No,
not
they're
lit
like
up.
transparent.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't see
Okay,
them at first.
so they
'cause
should have been lit
I
up.
wasn't super zoomed in, so
No, it's fair. That is entirely fair. So
I'll give myself that luck point back.
give yourself that luck point back.
I just assumed they were like coming into the building or
No,
something.
no,
I
no.
was
They
like, I
came
can't
in
see them
from
yet.
out around. They came in from around you.
Gotcha. Okay.
And for some reason, they were set to show when I moved them from one layer to the next, and apparently that didn't happen.
That happens.
Um,
Now I see them.
now
So,
you see them. So yes, you are currently surrounded, so it would have been a -3. Anyways,
still not a crit, but yeah.
still not a crit. So rather than make you waste your luck point to try
Yeah,
and
no.
succeed,
Yep.
that is my bad. Sorry, everyone at home. They're now currently surrounded. Kader's being pinned to a table by a guy with one arm, and the other bleeding profusely. There's another guy
He's
who takes
bleeding a lot.
Who's bleeding a lot. He's stabbing his across Kader and being pinned to the table to Brenna, who has got 3 more who've come up from 2 from below, geographically south of you, and 1 coming up from the west of you, and another guy coming up from the northeast. All of them should now be visible on the map. And they are all statistically there. But now they are going to try. So you are going to get stabbed. Hi. Where did my, why do things never...
Ah, shoot, I had that.
Cool. Where is my stats for my wonderful Messer? Where is my stats for my Elven Messer? Because otherwise, you know.
What do you need to look for? Damage?
Yeah, damage.
3d6
3d6.
plus 4.
There we go. That's better. And it's just a... So 12 points of damage is not going to get through your armor.
Nope.
So that's the first strike. He's gonna make another second fast strike. And fail again. Why does this... Okay, so this time it's a 15.
Okay. Let's see.
So you have a -3 at this point.
Sure. I'm good.
You're fine. You keep dodging. He's trying to stab across you. The...
Wait, is that number 3?
No, it's number 1.
Oh, okay.
Number one.
Number two. Number one's trying to stab me. Number two.
No, that's good. It's good. Number
bleeding,
3 was
missing
at
an
the
arm,
top
and
of
holding
the.
it down.
I was looking at the turn order, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Shit, what? Did I miss a turn?"
No, he spent his turn moving up. He can't move any closer.
He can't move any closer. And 2 is currently bleeding, and sorry, I
And
skipped
holding
2,
you
and
down.
That's good.
I skipped 2, and I should have said you that he is holding you down. He is maintaining holding you down. But now we are going to add in... Four. 5. 6. And our buddy over here will be 7. There we go. 4, 5, 6, and 7. 4. 5. 6. And 7. Cancel. Don't do that. Alright, and their initiative is... plus... 18. Wait. Am I doing that math right? It is 18. 1, 2, 3...
What? No, they can't.
No. Oh, wow.
It's pure reflex.
Yeah, wow. I'm doing math totally wrong. That is... So it should be 18... 18, 15, 15... and 13. There we go. All right. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I was doing math totally wrong. I appreciate the correction. And 13. There we go. Cool. All right. So, cool. And then final dude who is currently bleeding, he is going to attempt to keep hold of you. He's maintaining the grapple. And then his
It's
buddy...
gonna be harder one-handed, at least.
It is harder one-handed. But he doesn't have to do anything to roll to maintain it. He just maintains it, and it's his roll to break free of it. Buddy number 4 is going to attempt to assist by attempting to bind Kadarn's hands. So, which will be... I'll use athletics here because that makes the most sense to everybody, right? Or should we be brawling?
Can I still attempt to dodge out of the way?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to try and break it, because he's adding to the grapple would be my, like, mechanical sense here. He gets the benefit of,
I don't
a
think
system. And 18. Cool. So, no, you are now bound.
Cool.
So he is tied up, which means that you're tied up, and bleeding guy is... It's kind of one of those handoff kind of things. Bleeding guy is relieving some of the pressure on you, and not bleeding guy is now finished tying you up and is putting more pressure on Kadarn.
How about that sightseeing? Dodge.
And then it's 15 order. Right? Hold on. Then it's 15.
Yeah, we all have the same reflex.
You all have the same reflex. You all have the same... I'll let you go first.
Standing portal.
We could have done that upstairs, you know.
Where are you putting
Just
I
the
wanted to
standing
see what we
portal?
were up against.
Where are you putting the standing portal? And high. He's gonna number 7's gonna try and dispel that.
I would argue, can number 7 even know I'm going to cast a spell? Because I am technically a bound mage, and he's farther away from me. Everyone's on top of me.
Yeah, but he also saw you cast magic without having your hands available when you were pinned to the table.
He wasn't inside the room when I cast that spell.
Yes, he was.
Oh, okay. Sure.
You didn't. You unfortunately didn't see them because their stealth was that high. But they were.
Never made a perception check for inside of the room.
No, I
Darren
did
did.
earlier. I got a 20.
I didn't, but
Nope.
All right. Well, I will roll my spell casting,
I did ask, but I did not make it.
and I will even add my +3 that Math gave me. For 34.
Cool.
Take your fate into your hands. Remember, homeopathy, essential oils, some incense.
So 28, you will get it off. As
All
he
right.
attempts to do it.
And since this is a 34, I can teleport wherever I want.
You can send the teleportation circle point of the other end of the standing portal wherever you wish. Yes.
Because I don't want to like reappear in the keep just in case.
I feel like we should go to like a neutral location,
Um,
like a totally different space, and then
Actually, yeah, I
Teleport
want to use
later.
my
Yeah.
Enel body to literally teleport into a different world. Do like Siri did, and just open a portal to a completely different world.
Really?
Oh, fun! Open that gate wider.
Oh no,
Shoot.
wait, no, I got something better. Because they're all wearing full plate, right?
Yes.
I'm opening the portal to the Korath Desert.
Have you been? Well, I mean, you haven't been to the.
I don't
Korath Desert.
care,
It
it's a
doesn't matter.
34.
It doesn't matter. It's a 34. You'll hit it within a mile.
And it's a desert. I don't care where I appear in it. I just want to appear in a place where people in full plate are going to die of hyperthermia if they try to do anything.
The cold
Possibility.
desert or
And
hot
the
desert?
portal appears under me, by the way. So I
Nice.
just fall through.
So you fall through. The gentleman who's grappling you is also going to fall through. Actually, both of the people who are grappling you are automatically going to fall through. So what I'm going to do is put X's on the map for everyone who's gone through the portal. Okay.
Cool.
That usually it means you're dead, but in this case you're through the portal.
through the portal, not there. Yeah.
Not there. So those are the people who have gone through the portal immediately because they're grappling you. So if you fall through it, they're going with you. You're still bound, and they're still with you. So then it's 6's turn, right?
Yep.
Cool. 6 goes through the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's 5's turn. 5 goes through the portal.
I close the portal halfway through.
So you have 3 on your side. 5 is unfortunately
5 is chopped in half.
half of
I was
5
kind of hoping
arrives.
you let them all go through and then just individually teleport yourself out.
I don't have the stamina for that.
That's
Nope,
okay.
not
yeah.
anymore. You don't. But yeah. So half of them is gone. But Brenna, you are now.
I
There
have 1 and 7 with me,
1, 7, and 3.
one,
and
seven,
half
three.
of 3.
Nope. 5 is the
Oh,
one who's
okay.
cut in half. He's gone.
5 is
3
the one
is
who's cut in half,
3 is
okay.
over here. He is the one who
yes,
He's the
cool.
one who pulled Kadarn off the railing.
Gotcha.
So he's a little tired.
Maybe. I don't know. These guys seem to have really good stamina.
And it's now 7's turn. 7 is going to attempt to stab. Brenna.
That checks out.
2 fast strikes. 1, 2. Fucking hell! 21 and a 27.
Do I have negatives for dodging at this moment?
No, because you are not surrounded.
Okay.
You always need to have 2 more than your number of people to be
That's
surrounded.
what I thought. I just wanted to double
Yeah.
check and make sure.
Yeah.
That way I didn't.
And then it's each
Yeah.
person that counts you for surrounded is a -1. So the first one you're fine. 26, you're fine. Both of those are good. It's your turn now.
Okay. Remind me. There aren't attacks of opportunity in this game, are there?
No, not really. Which is
Cool.
why repositioning can function.
Where's the nearest window?
Behind you.
Cool. Like straight behind me?
Well, a little to the side. There's a table, and then there's a wall. So like 6 meters or 4 meters from where you are is on.
Okay.
You know, a little to the southeast.
What kind of windows are in this establishment? Are they wood and paper? Are they glass? Like what kind of
Are
open air windows?
When you
Like,
came
there's-
in, you saw that the front windows were glass and shutters. The ones upstairs and on the back are just like shutters and paper. You know.
So I have to ask now: is this the front side of the building?
This is the front
or-
side of the building. The front side of the building's to your south.
I don't know the direction of
yeah.
this building.
No, the front side of the
basically,
building is to the
so
south.
I
The
can't
front side
see
of the
any
building is to the
doors or
south.
anything. So okay, so
You,
side is the
but
south.
you
So
should
those are
be. You also
glass.
should be emitting light. Oh no, you are not emitting light. Why did you not emit light? Sorry. You were supposed to emit light once you came in.
I can see a little bit more now.
Yeah, you. I
can see that table you were talking about. The
Yeah.
little table and chairs. Cool.
I don't know.
So there's a window there. Okay.
Mhm.
And it's the front side of the building. So where's the door? I guess right to the. I'm just gonna move just so I can see because I would have seen this coming in.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah,
seen this coming
okay.
in. You know the general layout.
Because I pay attention to that kind of thing when I enter. a
You
place.
did.
Yeah.
And you did, unlike Cadarn, case the joint when you came in.
I did. Because I thought this might happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fighting these guys is all well and good. But a little chaos couldn't hurt. I'm guessing I could probably break through the window with my sword. Hilt my sword, break through the glass.
Mhm.
Imagine it's not thick. I've had
No,
1920s windows. Yeah.
you can break the glass. It'd probably take. I would say it'd take an action to do.
An action to do? Okay.
Because you more to break. You know, you can break the glass. Just
Mhm.
break it with now taking like with a half action kind of thing.
Mhm.
But to shatter the window so that you can go through it
Yeah,
would be an action.
would be an action. I'd spend more stamina for an action. I have 3 of them and they're all pretty fresh.
Mm-hmm. None of them have taken damage yet.
Yeah, I'm going to do a tactical thing and get the citizenry, maybe guard involved. I'm going to I can action the move or move an action. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and break through the window. Try to.
Cool.
Get the-
Could you just roll me an attack? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a low DC because it's a window. It's like an 11, but I need you to still roll for it.
Sure. Oh. Oh.
With a crit
20.
fail, you still roll a 20.
Fumbled
yes.
by 7 too.
Yeah, you fumble by 7. You're great. What is your actual score on that? 11,
Bonkers. Max.
21. Oh,
21.
the weapon accuracy is +6. That's what it is.
It's thank you, Durin.
Yeah, it's great to have a friend who's
It's great. Yeah, that's why we're
Crafters are
friends.
OP.
Yep. So you are going out the window.
I'm going out the window. I'm
Cool.
getting like this whole party up in here. I'm getting this shit all involved.
All right. So you're going out the window.
I'm out the window.
And Seven's going to come racing after you out the window.
Cool. That makes sense. That checks out.
I think he will
They
be
might-
able to make an attack on you.
Yeah, sure.
Just because
I don't know how far I get past the window or whatever. Or
like
I'm
if
stuck
you're
at the
taking
threshold.
you are you taking an extra stamina run?
I'll take an extra stamina round to get through it.
Okay, then he will make because he doesn't have to take the action to go out the window. He can take he can do the full stamina run and spend the 3 stamina to make a swing attack at you as you're running down the street, kind of thing.
That's fine.
As you will notice that it is a bit chilly out.
Yeah.
Cool. And it is still bright. Now it is full bright light, so I get to add. I didn't give you any penalties for that, but I need to make sure I have this correct. Cool. All right. The 28 and a 28.
All right.
Would you like a
let's
28,
see.
sir?
A 28 appears to be the number of the day.
That or 22?
24. 29. So I don't dodge the first one, I dodge the second.
Yeah, and he's gonna roll 6 plus 4, just torso shots, 12. So he's digging your armor as you run out the door. We'll
Yeah,
come back to that in a
Flicks
minute.
the back of my cloak.
And so you are now off the map. 7
Yep.
is off the map. So
Running
I'm going,
through the streets.
I'm going to.
Part of Brenna's strategy for the Wild Hunt in her booklet is divide and conquer. She's trying to just string them along. through
I have the same playbook. I mean, I split their numbers in half.
Yeah.
You're standing outside the map, but I don't have a map for the city of Oxenfurt.
No.
Sorry.
That's fine. I didn't expect you to.
Also,
you're
one of them
good.
you actually just literally split in half.
Yeah.
We,
Not just the
we
numbers,
literally like there was a number. We're like, all right, 3.5 each.
Mhm.
Oh wait, that made it 3 each. Oh, sorry, guy. One of
So
yours is bleeding. You're welcome.
so he's out the window after you.
Mhm.
He is going to try to do a thing.
You can do things.
Uh,
I'd rather face them one at a time outside.
yeah, the guy who's running after you is running after you.
That's fine.
He's gonna do a thing where he grabs a thing, and now he's got this 25. He can do it. So now you have 4, Simon.
What do you mean 4?
He teleports to you.
Who?
3 teleports to you.
Oh, okay.
3
Something
teleports.
out there, I
Can
imagine.
Teleport anybody
Huh?
after any.
So they're wearing heavy armor, correct?
Yes.
Okay. In the
But-
Korat Desert, they lose half of their stamina right away.
We'll come back to that in a second.
Oh, I thought it was my turn. That's
No,
why.
it is not your turn yet. There's still people to play. I have a bunch of them.
Yeah, number 3 is after you.
Yeah, number 3. Number 3
number
has just
1.
appeared. Number 3,
Yep.
I'm putting again. Everybody who's got an X on them is now all up
Is
in
in
your
the other
business.
place.
Yes, all up in your
It's
business
in the Korath Desert.
on
Yep.
the Korath Desert. And number 1 is gonna go out the window. Number 2 is going. You are still grappled by number 4.
But he's still bleeding.
No. 2 is still bleeding. Yes.
Who is bleeding?
Still, 2 is bleeding and taking damage.
A lot.
So he is going to
Let
attempt to
everyone-
first aid because you are now officially grappled by 4. Because 4 is the one that tied you up. So he's going to attempt to first aid himself. To at least stop the bleeding. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I don't know how medical savvy they are. He might not be bleeding anymore, but you know, he'll still be missing an arm.
Yeah,
I
he's
imagine
still
it's
missing an
harder
arm.
to tend to your bleeding with one arm.
15. What did he need? I think he succeeded.
Bleed is a 50.
Yeah, he succeeds on
There you go.
stopping the bleed. Okay. He is no longer bleeding, which means he is no longer actively dying. However, he is dealing with the Korath Desert, which is a problem because it is the Korath frickin' desert. Thanks, Simon. Wait, what book is that in?
Oh, it's just it's page.
It's in the.
I have it
It's
here.
in the
It's in the
main
regular book. It's page 160. There we go. Page 165. Extreme heat.
Yeah, it's probably is when, for example, such Korath characters lower their stamina by a third. When they travel, if they are wearing medium or heavy armor, they have their stamina. If they're traveling. I'll still say it applies, but it also applies to you.
Traveling or fighting. Traveling or fighting in extreme heat is incredibly difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. Is extremely difficult for even for trained warriors. When traveling through the desert environment, such as Korath Desert, characters lower their stamina by a third if they're wearing armor. Like, I'm still going to apply it. That's not the point. I'm just reading through it. So you're in the Korath Desert. The three, we're going to keep you on the map here. Hi, everybody. This tavern no longer exists. They're all in the middle of desert. It's a big freaking sand dune full of desert. But we're going to take a pause on this for a second and flap over to the wonderful castle. And I need to ask a question of everybody in the castle. Actually, no, I need this from Brenna. Brenna, I need you to roll your guard's awareness, and we have a number for that, right? That's 1d10.
Yes, and they got a bonus, I think, from something that happened.
Yeah, they got a bonus
when I didn't have my notes.
They got a bonus
Where are my
from
notes?
Last week's actions. And it's sorry, I'm going through my notes.
You're fine. I'm looking for my notebook, but I will roll whatever you want me to roll.
It's 1d10 plus 7 because it was plus 6, and now you get a bonus 1.
Okay. So 1d10 plus 7. Rolling. Crit.
So 17.
So do we roll another d10?
Yep, roll another d10.
Again.
Good job. 27. These guards are on top of it.
Again.
37. Let's go. Let's
I
go.
hope this is like a contrition thing, because if so, we're fucking rocking it. Okay. There we go. 42, I think is what that is.
42. So 42 is really good.
They're doing really good.
So what I'm going to
They
say
see
for this,
everything.
they do see everything. At this point, what you're going to do is you're going to add 1 to your, make a note for you to add 1. Wait, how many ones? How many crits did you roll?
1, 2, 3.
3.
Three
You're going to add
crits.
3 to your guard's stats for the next time.
Wonderful. I will make a note of that when I find my notebook, but I'll write it on
So
this envelope for
you're
now.
actually adding a plus 4 to the 6 that you had, so it would now be a 10. You're adding plus 10. Really great stats for your guards. So everybody at the castle hears loudly as the castle is rocked by explosions against the walls. The sounds of arrows loosed and striking walls, but also the sounds of fire lighting it up. Rocks and striking stone, but rattling away. You will lose 1 to the defense, so your guards are going up plus 4, but the castle is going down by 1 because of just the damage to the castle that it's taking. However, you don't lose any because of your guards' awareness rolls, and they're on top of things. You don't.
They're on it.
They're on it. No one dies. No one is dying. However, Ardzo, I have a question for you, please, and thank you. Could you do me a favor?
Let's talk about that segue.
Yeah.
No one is dying. However, Ardzo, yes, what do you need?
I need you to go ahead and roll a dodge roll. You need to roll one, and Math needs to roll one. We're taking these as the generic dodge rolls for everybody in the castle. Thank you, please.
Oh,
Who are
Yeah.
not-
two best
who are not-
dodgers are not at the castle.
Well, let me put it this way. Your dodge rolls are accounting for all of the civilians in the castle, right? Not the guards or the people who are on... That's Brenna's rolls and the guards' rolls.
Nice.
So a 26, good job, and a 29, really
They're
good
great.
job.
Y'all
So
both rolled 9 on the dice. That's kind of amazing.
there you go. Very good job for both of you. You will have, Arzo, a small amount of, as the bombardment starts, both magically and with arrows and catapults, you will have the guards are aware and are paying attention and are outside on the point, and they're calling things out, so they're informing people. They are making sure that everyone is getting away from the windows. They're out of the way. You'll have a little bit of cuts and bruises that you'll have to deal with. One sprain, as somebody like kind of who's a little bit, one of the nobles who's a little portly attempts to run and probably really shouldn't ever. That's a gentleman who's made for walking, or i.e. should take up walking because it might help his gout, but running is not a good thing for him. But the general health and population of the civilians is stable and not harmed, but you will be busy with a little bit of cuts and bruises while the bombardment begins. My next question for you, Arzo, is what are you doing when the bombardment begins? Where do we find you after Brenna and Kadern have gone to afternoon tea? Or morning tea, actually. It was morning tea.
Checking up, I guess, well. Yeah, I would say checking up with Math and his concussion and conditions.
So you are probably in Math's room
With his
when
wife and daughter, because we're just here. You know what I mean? Like we're just civilians, withstanding
a siege.
A siege.
So you are in Math's room when the siege when you hear the bombardment begin, and you might see like the glass of the window shatter inwards when one of the light strikes of lightning hit it. And people kind of like hurry away but you can hear the shouts of the guards who are ensuring that people are away from the windows, out of the way. What do you do? What happens next in this moment as your charming wife will immediately grab your daughter and into the bathroom, which has no windows and the door locks?
Well, I imagine that's what we do. If that's what the guards tell us to do, that's what we do.
Well, the guards haven't told you anything. They're just telling you to get away from the windows. Your actions are your choice. Your wife chooses to grab your daughter and go into the bathroom where there are no windows.
And I will follow with her.
Arzo, what are you up to?
I think I'm gonna branch off and try to grab Elsa from the kitchen and attempt to reconvene with Math and his family.
Okay, so the kitchen is downstairs, so you'd go downstairs and then come back up. Okay. Roll me a persuasion, because Elsa is like, the kitchen's underground. Why
valid
how
defense.
would you bring them down here?
So am I persuading Elsa, or am I persuading... I would have to go back up and persuade Math, correct?
You'd have to, if you wish to have Elsa join you upstairs, you have to persuade Elsa.
Yeah, no. Elsa, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. What the hell kind of accent is that?
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
It's working for you.
I feel like it was like 5 things in one syllable. So until I find the accent, I'm just going to narrate. compliments Elsa on that brilliant idea, and then goes up and tries to find Matt and his family to escort them down to the kitchens.
I imagine when you knock on the bathroom door, we'll unlock and open it. Lord Arthur, what is it? Did you give her?
Yes, I did. There is a safer place for you and your family to go down in the kitchens, right? That is, not close to any sort of wall. It is on the lower level, and you will be much safer.
All right. I'm going to sort of grab my daughter, and I imagine we'll all hustle down there to the kitchens.
Do you bring anything with you, or do you leave your stuff in the room?
I mean, we have to go. I mean, I have whatever I normally have with me, which is my pack and my staff. But I imagine this is when you're leaving a plane, you don't just spend time gathering stuff. You just sort of go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same with Arzo. As long as he's got a pocket, a little satchel or something of his healing salves and stuff, he doesn't need the whole kit and caboodle.
Can I get both of you to roll me courage, please?
Is that physique?
No.
Well, shit.
16 is good enough.
I want to point out that 4/7 of courage is rage.
Yes.
Fair enough. I am allowed to re-roll for a failed courage check because I am a human.
You need a 15, so yes, you may re-roll.
Yeah, and I can do that 3 times per session.
Wait, weren't you an elf?
No,
No.
Nanto is an elf.
A human.
He is an elf. He is a 23-year-old.
Oh no, it's because you think your magic is ancient. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
My magic is ancient. I learned from elves.
Sure.
My magic is actually the most ancient and the most authentic. I don't go with newfangled magic. I go with the real, authentic magic that is...
Okay, hipster.
Yes, my magic is the hippest of all of the magics. 22.
You're both fine.
Apparently so. You crit on that one.
You're both fine.
I also like to jam, make my own preserves. I also listen to the hippest of all of the music. People wear beards. It's very lumberjack. Don't worry about it, except that I hate lumberjacks. But you know what I'm saying. It's very hip.
Indeed. It's so hip. We're going to take the moment to take the break for the evening. So we're going to stretch, bio, refresh, come back, see how everyone's doing. So far, the siege is not breaking people's morale. Yet. All right. We will be back in a few minutes, everybody. Stretch, bio, refresh, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Tell me about your mason jars, Math.
Oh, yes. Let me tell you about my mason jars.
everyone. Welcome back. We hope you're refreshed, you stretched, you bioed, you did all of those good things. And now we're going to dive back into our castle under siege with the Varen family, Elsa, Ardzo, in the main portion of this large kitchen for the castle. And by main portion, I mean the large room with the main open cooking oven, cooking fires. There's a large central trestle table with a number of pots and herbs and different things hanging above it. There's a smaller, like, prep table off to one side where Elsa is kind of guided. What is your wife's name again?
Also, well, so I'll say that when we start up the scene when we get to where
Adriana.
Elsa is.
Yeah, she's kind of guided. Elsa has guided Adriana and Ainfra to like this small table with like, you know, salt dough for her to play with, rather than, you know, run around against a giant fire.
If you don't mind me saying, we already know that the enemy knows exactly where this kitchen is, as they'd already sent a bomb on our way. Might not we be safer further, lower, below ground?
Elsa kind of turns and gives you a Maloik at that. Like, no, we wouldn't. While the enemy might know generally where my kitchen is, I rule my kitchen, and they never came inside the door. Would you like something to eat?
Oh no, thank you. Sit down.
It is. You should take something to eat, Math.
Yes, well, I've already had lunch there. I suppose we'll just have to wait and sit it out. We'll be out of your... we will not get in your way. Make sure that we, like, presumably she's got an entire army to feed, of guards and whatnot. So just kind of get out of her way.
Yep.
And, side table, facing the doorways, remembering where that last portal was and just keeping note of that location where that last standing portal showed up.
The last standing portal showed up in the hallway outside the door, behind it.
Yes.
A ways technically at the junction of two other roads,
yeah.
And the standing portal wasn't anywhere near the actual kitchen itself.
But the one that Kadern made that brought us into the kitchen was...
You didn't come into the kitchen, you came back to the crossroads, or outside it, because Kadern hadn't been into the kitchen.
Yep. So we will...
You're just... what happened with the kitchen is the two guys who didn't go through the portal, who weren't going back to, who didn't kidnap you, tried to bring the bomb down there, and Elsa stabbed them into the door.
Yeah.
They didn't get in and never made it. Ardzo, as dinner is a flurry of servants, and Elsa tries to keep the waitstaff focused on the task at hand of making sure that the evening meal will be prepared. It is not extravagant. We are definitely into a point of a siege where we are not rationing anything, but we are being judicious in our planning, in our meal prep and planning, so that nothing will be nothing will be wasted, right? Like not making a lot of food, not making giant feast day foods, but enough so that everyone is fed, and that the guards are on basically high calorie diets, so they are on alert. She's kind of directing them to keep as calm as they can, and she's also trying to, will occasionally turn to Ainfra or Adriana, and be like, this is a carrot. And this is how you chop up, basic intro cooking 101 to a 3-year-old. It's like, do not touch the knives. Here, play with salt dough. You squish it a lot, kind of thing. So what are the two of you doing while this siege is occurring? And bombardment, I should be more specific. The bombardment is occurring.
Is there a place we can go in the event that things get crazy up above?
There are the tunnels, and the guards will open the doors and let you into the tunnels, but that is into the mountain itself and currently locked to prevent
People from getting in?
or more accurately, people from making stupid mistakes. Caverns can be dangerous. It is not a good thing, perhaps. It's not the best thing for, those who do not know how to actually move through a cavern to start going through them by themselves without, guidance.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we wait.
Yes, I imagine if the guards will tell us if we have to escape into the tunnels.
Yes.
So we'll wait for the guards to tell us if the civilians need to move somewhere else. But they seem to be on top of things. So we'll just sort of stay out of the way of Elsa's space and do what we're supposed to do.
Yep. At this point, because of your roles, the guards' roles and everything, people are relatively calm. They are, there's a judicious awareness, let's say, of the, bombardment happening outside, but no one is panicking. No, there's no stampedes. You don't lose any of the guards. Everyone's aware. You've got the bonus points for rolling really well. Gavril and Florian.
Even Gout Guy is still kicking around.
Yeah, even Gout Guy is still kicking around. Gavril and Florian and Lorenz seem to be coordinating the defense with Constantine and Matthias. And the building is still, is taking a -1 because of just bombardment, but it's not damaged in any way.
Was well built.
It was well built into the mountain. Good, strong mountain castle pass thing. Is there anything the two of you would like to do in this moment before we jump back to our combats on 2 different points on the continent?
I mean, wait. I don't feel like there's a whole lot Ardzo can do other than right now. Like I think him waiting and letting Kadarn and Brenna do what they're gonna do is Ardzo doing the best that he can do.
Yep. Okay then, we are going to zoop back in to...
Just gonna tell stories.
You're gonna tell stories?
To Aedra.
Tell stories for
it's
Aedra? Ooh,
Yeah,
really?
because as a bard, what you do is not as a bard, as a druid, you wander around and you collect stories. So just gonna tell stories.
Can you roll me a teaching?
I'm not trying to teach or anything. I'm trying to, I suppose, entertain her.
Oh, entertainment.
Kids are sponges, though.
Yes.
They'll absorb those stories like
That's
this.
true. Then it's a performance. It's either performance or teaching.
Let's see. I suppose we'll go teaching. 11.
Thank you.
And just sort of like, about, sort of like, parables, that sort of a thing.
Yes, so teaching.
Do you teach her the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise?
No. Mostly it's
She's
about the
okay
beauty
then.
of nature. You know?
I mean,
gonna
technically,
say-
Darth Plagueis the Wise is considering nature
In a way.
in a way.
It's not the story about the bunnies under siege or anything like that. And then Mr. Fox was outside of the rabbit hole.
No, that's Watership Down, and we don't.
I haven't seen it.
Do you want to
Wait for it.
traumatize your kids, Math?
That's Watership Down.
Nature stories are traumatizing.
I
Frequently.
would imagine
Circle
that
of life.
people who
Food chain.
lived in a time period when people died more regularly and they also killed animals for food, they probably were less traumatized by like a dead rabbit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it also depends on how things go, but this is not the point. We're going back into this. So, and we have cool. He's bound his wound, which means it's now number 4's turn, and he is going to attempt to knock Kadern unconscious. You are in the middle of the desert. You are bound and restrained in the middle of the desert. Well, bound and grappled in the middle of the desert. 2 is bound his wound.
Yeah.
You have 2, 3, 4, and
He
6.
stopped the bleeding. He's still super
he's-
wounded.
Oh, he is. He's missing an arm. He is super, super wounded, and he probably would have died if he hadn't succeeded on that bleed. If he hadn't succeeded on, first aid check, but he did, so he is no longer dying. And then, but 4 is going to attempt to knock. You are also now effectively mechanically surrounded, Kadern, because you are by yourself and there are 4 people around you.
Yep.
So it'll be a -2 to your defense rolls, in addition to the minuses you have from
Being grappled.
being grappled. He
So
is
I'm
going,
at -4. Yeah.
he is going to attempt to knock you unconscious.
Can I attempt to dodge?
You can. The same way you can do anything in a grapple state. Oh, but he gets a bonus because he's the one who... Yeah, okay, there we go. The 29.
Yeah, no, he has it. It's a
So-
14 above.
It's 14 above. It is not... He is not trying to kill you. So even though he is trying to knock you unconscious, he is not trying to kill you. So you will take the damage
I
from the
wouldn't
crit.
dare hurt you, Your Majesty.
It does.
Just
it doesn't,
knock
the
you
damage doesn't-
unconscious and drag
Yeah,
you
the
back.
damage doesn't affect. It goes directly to your stamina. So
Uh-huh.
hey Simon. So hey Kadern,
Yep.
how are you looking with that stamina?
I have a stamina of 2.
Oh, okay, so good. So
Is he just hitting me in the chest, or
yeah, he was just hitting you in the chest to kind of like
it doesn't go through?
to go
Nice.
to go through, but the crit damage will,
Yes.
and
And
that
if
will
it goes
knock
to
you
my
out.
stamina, I'm unconscious.
Yeah, that will knock you out. So you are now unconscious, tied up with 4 members of the Wild Hunt. Cool. We'll come back to that in a minute.
Sounds like a really bad start to an orgy. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, they have to get, they have to take their armor off if they don't want to overheat or anything.
But you're
Coming
unconscious
from a
and,
world that's super cold,
and you're
So
also unconscious and not tied up. Their world isn't super cold. It just happens.
I'm
to be
just
something
saying
they
it's a
do.
way to get them naked.
Nice.
That's what you're looking for. Kadern, you're unconscious.
It's one of the strategies in
Until
that
the
book,
break guy shows
actually.
up.
Yeah. Get them naked. It's a strategy.
Wait. That would be a recovery action for Kadern. He's not gonna be able to make that stun save until after he gets above, I think, 20 stamina, but that's 1.
No. If he's unconscious, he has to recover stamina before he can regain consciousness. if he becomes, he has to take a full. It's like a short rest, not just a recovery action. But I will have to double check that. Hold on.
Yeah, because if it's over 20 stamina, then I can regain all of that in like 2 turns. Because that's different then.
So, page 153 says, when you have taken non-lethal damage equal to your current stamina, you are knocked unconscious and treated as stunned until you recover at least 20 points of stamina with recovery actions. And make a
stun save.
Which means on this turn, he should be able. That turn that was his, he should be able to take a recovery action and get whatever he would recover in stamina.
And do nothing else.
Yeah, and do nothing else because you're unconscious.
Because you're still unconscious. You have to recover the stamina and then make a stun save.
Once you recover enough to get 20.
Yes, that's why I was getting to this point that I was like, he is currently unconscious, but he is currently unconscious. So you are now recovering your stamina.
Yeah.
Cool.
Get that stamina back.
Cool. 6, 5, and 7 are all going to. Well, 6 is going to assist in the additional grapple by tying your feet up at this moment. And both of them are going to pick you up. And
they're at least at half stamina.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yes, they are all at half stamina, but, however, yeah. But now it is 7's turn, and they are behind you, running down the streets of Oxenfurt. We're going to transition away from the map, everybody, because now we are fully in Theater of the Mind, as we have 2 different combats going on 2 different sides of the continent, and by 2 different sides of the continent, I mean, like...
Literally
east and west borders of this continent. We don't know what's on the other side of the Karth Desert. Or not Karth Desert.
The Carthonasi Desert. Yes, go on.
A big old desert in the east. We do know that there's a big old body of water to the west. And 7 is going to... You feel the cold kind of growing out away around you.
That's fine.
And he is going to do a thing. He is going to attempt, mind you. Here we go. He is going to attempt to light the Witcher on fire.
Oh, charming. Is that a spell?
Yes.
Targeting me specifically?
Well... Yes, in the general sense, he's throwing a ball of fire at you, and you have an option to dodge or block. So I can use
Heliotrope? Oh,
yes.
No, I can dodge or... Okay.
You can dodge or block, yes.
Okay.
Okay. And he's got a thing, so it is this. For 25, you make dodge or block, or as he just kind of... He's got the sword in one hand, and with his left hand, he's going to shove out and shove a ball of fire at your head. Well, in the general, he's not headshotting, it's just, ball of fire.
Just towards my general body, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
You managed to dodge out of the way.
Cool.
And it kind of lands in the dirt next to you and dissipates onto the mud ground as you dodge out of the way. He's going to keep running, however, after you.
That's fine.
It is your turn.
Spin on my heel and stab him.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab him.
You're kind of through a quiet section of the city.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for the face area.
So you're calling a headshot.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. If I can find my skills, where are they? Okay, there it is. I was like, as for swordsmanship, and I'm looking up in intelligence. Yeah, and not Panwell. What's the penalty for a strong strike?
-3, and then headshot is -6.
Yeah, -9 total.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's do that. And I'll add 2 luck. 28.
Cool. He's going to attempt to block with his sword. 26.
Nope.
He does not succeed in blocking, but it's not
So
a crit.
that will be. It is not a crit. But it will be a hell of a lot of damage. So 20 times 2, because it's a strong strike, it's 40 times 3. So 120 damage to his head.
Yeah, he's gonna die
Good.
as you stab him through the brain.
Yeah, just it's and that's what it is. It is where she's chasing me. She spins on her heel, goes out, and just the sword into the momentum of him running
And it
forward
goes
after
right
her.
through the eye slit in the
Mhm.
helm, in and back.
I'm a little disappointed you did not give him sepsis, but okay.
I thought about it. I thought about it really hard. I was like, do I go for sepsis? And I was like, no, Brenna has formulated a plan for these fuckers for months, and she's gotta try to stick to it as best as she can.
You can
then
see
she's-
now that you turned around that there's someone else, one of these other individuals is also following you.
That was the next thing, was now that he's dropped, who else is next?
He's behind you. He would catch up to you on this turn, or you
Okay.
could move into him.
Could I instead break his line of sight with like an alleyway, an edge of a building or something, a tree,
Roll me an
basically
awareness.
to force him to get
To hide.
within my range, so he can't distance cast anything at me without me seeing him first. Awareness 24.
You are like running through the streets, and it's a quieter section of Oxenfurt. I mean, which is a college town. So this, you can kind of see like a small alleyway between these two houses, where it's not really like even an alleyway. It's just the space between two houses that weren't touching.
Yeah, that's fine.
That you think you can fit through. You would have to. You're not sure how much of that would, whether he would, he's behind you in a full turn where his movement this turn will catch up to you, but
I'm not looking to go all the way
Possibility.
through it. I just want to get around the corner so that way
yeah.
he has to come up to my range. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll use my movement then to.
Okay, so you kind of like slide into between the gap between these two houses.
I do it very obviously. Not like obviously. I don't try to be stealthy about it. I'm just like, and cover, whoosh, because they've made it quite evident that many of them can cast spells. So she's trying to be defensive.
I'm just rolling a thing. Thank you. Okay. That's what I thought. Cool. Cool. So he is going to come up. You hear it. You hear him. The sound of him
Yeah.
running. Running around. You can hear his footsteps, and then they pause, stop, not close enough to you, you really think.
That's fine.
And then you hear the sounds of rummaging as if he's next to the dead body, and
That
then
checks out.
you don't hear him approach further.
That's fine. If he's rummaging with his dead friend, he's still within my melee next turn. So just pop back out and be like, stab. Or he's rummaging and grabbing something and going. Either way. I don't want him casting no fireballs on my ass at the moment. So that wasn't in the plan, but it's going to be added in now as noted things about the Wild Hunt. She's making a list. She's taking it twice. They're all naughty. None of them are nice.
Cool. I put those two out of order, but that's what the action happened with you, and now we'll go back to the action that's happening with Cadarn, with the people who are with Cadarn. Cadarn, you
Yes,
are now
the
been...
beginning of my Chuck Dingle novel.
Oh, so that's what the alternate dimension you were trying to get to was the Tingleverse. I see.
Yeah, sure.
That's a verse you want to go to, everyone. So you are now tied up, bound. Your legs are bound, and you hear. Well, no, you're unconscious, so you don't hear anything. And you don't
make
know
your
what
recovery
happens.
Reaction?
As
No, my we're doing the turn of the other wild hunt that are with me.
Yeah.
Not Mimi.
yeah, the wild hunt that are with you. So you're now like
Yeah, so
they've
there's
got-
no recovery for me.
there's
at the
no
moment.
recovery for you yet. You will get to take your recovery action on your turn, but there are still two guys who are with you who are going to do their action. Technically three, who are going to do their, or two who are with you who are going to do their action. And you may now make a recovery action.
Cool. Do I also make the stun save right away?
Based on that reading, I was.
Yeah, because it's like you have to.
You have to
you
get
do
to
and then-
20. Once you get to 20, you can make the recovery action. Or you can take the stun save.
Make the stun save, yeah.
Okay, so I will do the stun right away.
You have to make the recovery first, though.
Yeah, you have to make the recovery.
Yeah, I
which
did
is
the recovery, so
action.
Good.
I
Yeah,
recover 10 every
so-
turn.
Nice.
So here's my stun. I succeed.
You are not in the desert.
I figured. Where am I?
Looks kind of like a tent. You're not sure where. And you are currently tied up, and there are manacles on both your wrists and ankles. I need an indomitable, please.
Yeah, I figured. How much luck do we have in the pool?
4.
Do you mind if I use one? I don't see faces right now because my roll 20 is over my other
good. We
window.
all
But I
thumbs
will
up.
take your
Yes.
silence for.
Yes.
All three
How
thumbs.
dare you?
And I'll
Yeah,
put.
all three
I'll put.
thumbs.
So I took one from the pool, one from my own, and it's a fumble.
But luckily, it's not a magical fumble, and it doesn't do anything negative to you. You just can't cast at the moment. It also hurts like a fuck.
Yeah.
But Billy needs to bounce. It's a magical bouncing Billy. We love you, Billy.
Must be a Bumble, because Bumbles bounce.
Yes.
Bye, Billy.
I only used Bumble one time. Not for me. It's hard to distill yourself into a sentence on a dating app. What do you say?
I use Humble Bundle all the time. Is that
That's
different?
true.
That is very different.
that
A
is
bumble
very
is not
different.
a bundle.
Like how do you do that? How do you so I was just like I lift weights and I'm a nerd and
I did it, Billy. It's called Laugh, Love, Lindy.
Okay, well, Bill of the Forest doesn't have that kind of appeal.
Sorry.
I don't know. Bill of the Forest seems to have his own appeal.
And
He's
I'm
a wonderful friend.
peeling off out of here.
Hey.
Okay, love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye,
Bye.
Billy.
Bye. Have a good one.
Ciao.
All right. Give me 2 seconds while I rearrange the cameras of
fine.
Doom. There we go. Everybody in the right place. You have 3 points of luck, which in the group chat. Kadaern, you are not able to currently cancel magic at the moment.
No. Do I get to reroll? Because the way I read Immutable is like, for as long as I'm affected by Dimeridium, I can try again.
Yes, on your turn.
Yeah, okay. So I'll wait for my turn.
Yeah, because you can't. You're gonna. It's like overcoming something. You on your turn
Yeah.
you may do so. If you are good. All right. So you are now bound, tied up, chained. Cool. In a tent. And I would say that means then it's Six's turn, and he comes up to you, leans over you. This is the gentleman who pulled you off the ledge.
No, that was 3.
No, 6.
No, 3. Because there was only 1, 2, 3 on the map.
Oh yeah, it was 3. Excuse me. Sorry, it was 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3, not 6. You are correct. It was 3. 6 was his buddy that you didn't see.
2's missing an arm.
2 is missing an arm. But he is still bound. He's still, I should get rid of 5 because he's not.
5 is dead.
5 is
Yeah.
dead. That was my confusion. 5 was still on the map. All right, so 6 just kind of smiles at you, and will put a large gag across your mouth. Because while they know that you don't need to speak or make gestures to cast, they're still covering all
Still
of
don't
their
want to
bases.
hear you talk.
They're still covering all of their bases at the moment. So now you are currently bound and gagged. 7 is also dead. Brenna!
Hi, me.
Yep, you're in a crevice between 2 buildings.
Yeah, I wanna look around the corner. Do I see the guy?
You do not. You also don't see the dead body.
You know, I'm not that upset about it. You don't really recover from your brain being impaled through unless they're planning on undead, in which case we're already kind of fucked anyway. So, gonna just come out from the alleyway. Look around, make sure, I'd like to go over to where the body was and see if it looks like they teleported, or if, the body was dragged anywhere. Like, where does the blood end?
You can roll me an
His
awareness.
brain is just leaking out, yeah.
Go right ahead
love
and roll
to.
me an awareness.
I'd love to. 21.
21. It does not look like the body was dragged. There doesn't look like any drag marks.
Looks like teleportation. Yeah.
Teleportation. There also doesn't look to be any blood on the ground.
That's weird. Because my sword is 100% bleed. And I stabbed him right through the face hole. So, interesting. And I felt resistance, like it wasn't hollow when
No.
I stabbed him.
There's blood on your sword. There's just no on the ground.
Just no blood on the ground. Oh, interesting. Different from that one guy then who purposefully bled inside Castle Posvoct then.
Yep.
They purposely left no blood on the ground, but I got some here, and I'll just run out of handkerchiefs at this rate and just get it off the sword and then fold it up nicely and put it in a different pocket for Math. And then I'll just stroll back to the tea house, I guess. Hope Kadaern's doing well.
How's your sightseeing in Oxenford going?
You know,
Well-
we'll find out. I'm sure. I should at least leave a note at the tea house in case Kadaern comes back and I wait there for hours and he doesn't show up to be like, went sightseeing to that place we talked about, and give him some clues. He'll figure it out. He's relatively intelligent. So, yeah, I'm just gonna stroll back to the tea house with my sword out, just nodding to anyone who might. See.
A couple
and I will also, because I was disguised to be not as witchery, I'm gonna do the rearranged and be like super witchery now.
Yeah, there was looks to be some like someone was gonna make a comment that
Yeah, I'm
you
like,
know about
like,
the
I,
guard,
like,
but
pull
like
out the sheath and I re-strap it on, and I have the second sheath visible, and I take off the glasses so my eyes, and I fill them up, tuck them in, you know.
could you
Like an
roll me a
witchery.
reputation?
Oh no.
No, reputation is good normally.
I don't know about this one.
Oh.
They didn't see monster, although they did kind of teleport, and I was on the defensive, so that is a thing. I'll just say it was vampires. Fuck it. No, whatever.
Yeah, they won't know the difference anyway.
Exactly. So it was a vampire. That's why they were all covered, so their skin wouldn't show. Whatever. Reputation. Where is that? Special skills.
It's on the
In the background.
Background. Thank you. I was going through all the tabs, and that was the one I hadn't clicked on yet. Mm-hmm. Do I add my points with mages or as a vampire slayer?
You can take Vampire Slayer,
Okay, so
not
add
mages,
a plus one
because
to this.
these are peasants in Oxenford.
23.
Okay, you were like this moment of like as you start putting things together so that the medallion is visible. It's like people are like, oh,
Pull the
Witcher.
medallion out.
Oh, there was a monster, and then like a couple people would be like, okay, and like.
Mhm.
Not commenting or kind of give you that nod of approval, like thank you, and
I just nod, just carry on that way to the back to the tea house. Just
we're gonna go back to our friends with Kadarin.
and I'll walk like quickly because in case he like has to pop in and out, I don't want him to miss me. But I don't look like I'm like I'm just.
Yep.
Power walking, like a nice chill witcherly power walk. I wasn't that far from the tea house.
No.
Right, a couple rounds. So yeah.
You won't. It'll take you a round to get back or 2 rounds to get back, but
Like, note, sorry about the window. Yeah. No, I'm not, actually. I'm not sorry about that window. Fuck off.
So back to Kadarin. And
Yeah.
number 3, who is the guy who was the one who pulled you off of the ledge, and I was going to do a thing, and he walks over to you, stands. You realize he's taller than most of the people around here. He's taller than you. He leans over to kind of tilt his head for a moment. Huh. Well, you weren't who I was expecting, but I'll take it.
What language does he speak in?
Hey now.
Go.
I wonder. Are you ready to serve your king, do you think? Little mageling. You can nod, I guess. We don't need you to actually talk. It's a problem. Don't worry. I know just what you'll bring. And he will lean over and with the sharpened point of one of his gauntlets, just nick your cheek going along the side of your face. Just enough so it bleeds. Not enough that you're actually harmed in any way, and not mechanically enough so that you take any actual damage. Need to make sure she gets the right memo. And he will then turn to his buddy, who will hand him a quill, and he will dip the quill in that little streak of blood. Thank you. You don't know what number 1 is doing because he is doing a thing that you don't know. And then number 2 is going to come over and take those chains that are holding you and slide them to, ratchet them together so that your wrists are now bound to your ankles.
Okay.
And 4, well, actually, rephrase that. 2 will go and get medical treatment. 4 is the one who will tie things together and ratchet you, the 2 together. Your turn, Kadarn.
Well, I'm gonna try to roll immutable again, which finally succeeds.
Yep.
So I'm gonna teleport back to the tea house.
Beautiful. I'm walking in.
Cool. Could you roll me, go ahead and roll that, spell casting.
Yeah. 26.
You can teleport back to the tea house. But I need you to make another roll for me. Resist magic, please. This is not technically resisting magic in the sense that a spell is occurring, but I'm using it for different mechanical purposes.
Sure. How much do we have in the pool?
3.
3.
I'm gonna use all 3 of them if you don't
Do
mind.
it. No, please do.
21.
Please do.
Good to know. Thank you. And with that, we're out of combat. And I like the dramatic irony of the moment that Brenna pushes the door open. Kadarn, bound, gagged, on the floor in front of you.
I'm just gonna wiggle my eyebrows at Brenna.
All right, let's go sightseeing then. I'll just throw him over my shoulder and walk out.
So, Kadarn,
Yep.
I'm going to say you take a -1 to your reputation with the townsfolk of Oxenfurt.
Fair.
Because the
I
Witcher...
want to stay in the tea house because they knew we were here. So yeah, gotta go elsewhere.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But everybody just saw Brenna walking around as a Witcher fighting things, and then all of a sudden she comes back out with this guy who's bound and gagged.
Oh
Over
yeah,
her shoulder?
I am a bounty.
Yep. Where do you go in the city of Oxenfurt?
Let's go to like an inn, a nice inn nearby. He's probably gonna need to rest after that. He might be a little tuckered out. After all that teleporting. So I'll take him to an inn. Just like, how much for a room for today?
I have to ask a very important question. Are you talking like a high class inn, or are we talking like the Rose, or are we talking like...
Like not a shitty. I don't want fleas or
okay,
lice.
so okay,
I don't want fleas or lice. There we go.
okay, so like comfortable.
It's comfortable in, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe a little, because I know Kadarn enjoys the finer things in life, so maybe a little nicer, but not like, not like top dollar. We're not gonna be here that long.
cool.
So.
So you can find an inn, relatively simple, kind of like off a couple side streets, and owned by a very nice older human couple. He looks kind of askance at you, Witcher, coming in with the bounty. She just takes one look at it and goes, "Do you need 2 rooms or just one, dear?" And
Just one. Just one will be fine.
all right. And if you don't need any housekeeping, just let us know. We won't pay any attention to any weird noises.
Thank you. Very considerate of you.
You are not the weirdest shit she's ever seen. And like her husband
That's
looks at her
fine.
like, "What?" Just don't
Well-
leave any blood on the chairs, please. The upholstery is such a pain in the butt to
The
place.
upholstery. Noted. Thank you. Hey, the nice lady. March Kadarn up the stairs.
Carry Kadarn up the stairs.
Yeah. Well, march with him up, and then set him down.
He is manacled, and you can recognize
Timuridium shackles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's like ankles to wrists. Oh, beautiful. Perfect. That's even I just looped him like a purse then, basically. That's all I really had to do. It's probably more comfortable to carry his torso up there though. So I'll set him down so that he's facing me on the bed and go, before I forget, and I just pull out my little notebook and I flip to a page called, it just says Wild Hunt, and a line under it, the rest of it's blank, and I put 1.25. And I close the book. Gotta keep count. And write fireballs. Hold on, I'm writing down things for witchery things. 1 second. All right. That's all.
I'm going to cast telekinesis to remove the gag from my mouth.
Okay.
Yes, because you don't have to roll immutable anymore because you've overcome it once.
Let me just make sure I don't fumble. Yeah, it's fine. Is the gag more than 5 pounds?
No.
Or 5 kilos?
Yes.
More than 10 pounds?
It was a lead gag.
No.
Oh God, it's even...
They hadn't muzzled you. They just stuck a gag in your mouth for a moment.
Okay.
It's even worse, actually. It's I forgot that I leveled up my spell casting, so it's 45 kilos, so like almost 100 pounds.
Oh God, that'd be a really heavy gag.
No,
Re-
it's fine.
Like
you
a
can get
gag for a rancor, which is not Witcher, but that's just the first giant thing. Anyways,
You should note down that I have 1 at the moment.
1. Well, that's for the moment. I'll make note. Dan says
They
he's 1 for
are
the moment.
hardy sons of bitches. Also, we
Oh.
need to get to Eleanor as soon as we can.
All right, so you don't want to do any sightseeing then?
I would love to, but things have, taken a turn. So
Well, before we
sightseeing's
do,
gonna have to wait.
there's just a little bit of some things that I need to like. I had this talk with Odso earlier.
What?
Sorry. And
I have a very important question
Yes.
for scene setting.
Mhm.
The gag
Yes.
is out of his mouth. Have you removed the chains yet?
No,
Okay, good. Thank you.
no, I want him because again, I'm trying to catch him off guard. And I like turn around because I prepared my disguise very carefully for this venture, and so all Kadarin can see is like the back of her cloak. This is terrible. And she's just gonna like take the notebook down and say, he had some very interesting things to say to me.
Oh no, not you two.
Now, I know that you mentioned to me that you had lied to Math about being the king of Zavatat because his
Yes.
Velavolin was funny.
Yes.
This is something else I need clarification on. And during that brief time, she had worn a dress specifically that could just and so she's just gonna turn around, and all that's on is like a cloak and like barest bit of lingerie. Just to get
And a Witcher medallion?
and a Witcher medallion. I don't take that off. Only for vampires. Sometimes. And she's just gonna try to like change a reaction because again, she's going for shock value here.
Well, there is a reaction. I mean,
Mhm.
Kadarin
Trying to
just,
see.
yeah, his eyes just go wide.
Okay, human perceptioning it. Human perceptioning this. I want to put in. Oh, we can't use luck against fellow players. So, all right, let's go. So, get any bonus points for shock value?
I would say 2 bonus points. No, you get 2 bonus points because you did roll grooming and style
I
at the end
did
last
roll
session.
grooming and style. Yeah,
and I
16.
said you would. So 16.
Human perception. That may be one of the best human perception rolls I've made in this game.
I mean, he is surprised you can see it from like an anatomical
Mm-hmm.
point of view. You know, pupils have dilated,
Yes.
heartbeat has increased.
Yep, hear that.
There is some light flushing in his facial
Mhm.
features. But you also notice a twinge of mild annoyance. But not directed at you.
Oh, she's able to pick that up. Wow, that's amazing.
I'll give you that for the 16. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
roll because he really is taken completely by surprise, and he can't hide the
Mildly
fact
annoyed, but
he is
not
annoyed at something,
Brenna.
but not at what's happening right now.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I just saw in chat though. Forget the postcard. The transcripts of this chat is the only souvenir I need, and that cracked me up. So yeah, she gauges you and gives you a moment to say something, anything, and if you don't say anything, she'll then say something. She gives a moment for a
He's just going to
response reaction.
reply, I am bound and defenseless right now.
Mm-hmm. And what does that do for you?
Hot. Except yeah, those thugs kind of ruin it for me. You know, it'd be hotter if it was something else than Dimeridium, because right now I'm doing all I can not to puke all over this bed.
All right.
So
I do have non-Dimeridium shackles.
you are gorgeous. But if I do barf, it's not because of you. Just so you know.
Well, I don't take off the shackles at this point because I've succeeded in catching him off guard, and that was her main goal out of all of this, to try to get a genuine, because it's so hard to get a genuine Cadarn read from a Brenna perspective.
And just so I know, you're not like some sort of Bruxa that took on Brenna's appearance, correct?
Definitely not.
Weird. Okay.
Why is that weird?
After the day I've had, I not expect you like this.
Well,
now in here.
Well, I figured the tea house wasn't an appropriate place, so I had to improvise.
That's fine.
Their shackles have been like placed on the opposite side of the room so that they're far away from you.
I think he just like massages his ankles and wrists. So
you first.
What's going on?
All right, so that basically leads into what I was going to say. So I told you Arzo and I had a discussion, and he, for some reason, very solidly believes that A is the king of the Wild Hunt, and that B, that we came here to Oxenfurt to fuck because you like me.
Wow, for someone who's completely formally uneducated, he is. Huh. Well, I mean, that wasn't the intent.
And I said, Cadan wouldn't be like that. And then he pointed out all of these instances, which, from a non-witch's perspective, I suppose, would seem that you are into me. And then I told him that I almost kissed you once as like a joke. But then he said you don't joke like that, and so I had to find out. So I came here for shock value.
Well, the shock value worked, but
I noticed. She looks like there's like a moment of genuine like excitement and like yeah, it did work.
You have the hots for me, Brenna?
I didn't. I never said that. No.
Human perception.
You can human perception all you want.
20.
I could double crit.
You could. 20 is just my
did not.
average.
I rolled an 8. Mm-hmm.
So do I also see, dilated pupils, light flushing, or?
So you rolled a really good human perception versus Brenna, who doesn't know anything, like half of her own feelings half the time. So there's like layers to the Brenna lasagna.
Yeah, but
there's
Kidaren likes to take off layers, so.
He does. So there's like the hard, crusty exterior, tasty Parmesan cheese layer on top. That
Wow, I am turned off right now.
For a solid analogy. Okay, here's a better analogy. There's like a pool of water. There's the surface tension. That is normal Brenna. That is most of what Brenna is used to feeling, seeing, experiencing. Then there's deep Brenna. The two don't mix because of that thing called surface tension. Surface Brenna is like about a lot of things in life that have anything to do with any level of emotions. Deep undersea monster Brenna. That's a whole different beast. I mean, we don't even need to go to those depths. That's like the Mariana Trench of Brenna. But she feels conflicted about Kidaren. That read. She likes you, but is confused by you. There's some lingering resentment.
I did ditch her twice.
Oh, that's not even the resentment part. But that if you mentioned it, that would probably grow a little bit bigger. That resentment.
No, he's not going to mention it.
Yeah, no, it's like the ditching, and then a whole thing with Yanto's boyfriend. If you want to know specifically, the dead one that you didn't give her details or facts about before she attacked him. And yeah, anyways, so there's like a little bit of resentment in the corner, sloshing about, but then there's like confusion, and mixed feelings. But there's definitely interest. It's been pushed down. There's a lot of repressed stuff.
Yeah.
So like at this moment, she's very vulnerable because she's letting some of that repressedness not be as repressed. And you see right through her anyways, so. Yeah.
So Kidaren is going to get up from the bed and take a step toward Brenna. You're wearing very little right now. You know that.
It was intentional. I'm quite aware.
You brought lingerie to come and see Alzur. I know about daddy issues, but this is the mother of all daddy issues.
I do not have daddy issues. And ew.
Ew, I'm not the one who wore lingerie to go see a maniac psychopath.
It wasn't to see him, it was for the sightseeing afterwards.
Well, I mean, I'm doing a lot of sightseeing right now. You're not doing a lot of sightseeing given my wearing a lot of clothes.
You were kind of a sight all like strung up and gagged on the floor of the tea house. It was fairly entertaining, not going to lie.
You like the little gash on my cheek?
Oh. Is it a terrible wound?
No, it's just...
You'll live. I think you'll live. Okay.
Yes, I won't need Ardzo's delicate fingers. I wouldn't say no to other delicate fingers, but right now, as much as I would love to do some sightseeing, and he's going to take another step closer.
The closer you get, the more like, off guard she is.
We're going to have to put a pin in that. Because they're after my cousin.
We knew this.
And we're going to have to go. I was going to just open a portal here and now, but I get the feeling that if I open a portal here and now to go see Eleanor,
Mm-hmm.
I open a portal under us to go see Eleanor.
All
I
I got
need
is
you
my
to roll
cloak
for
and
this.
some swords.
I need
I have
you
a
to roll for
question.
this.
I have a question though.
Yep.
Mhm.
Would I have had time to take a recovery action? During
Yeah,
the
when
whole
she's
thing?
carrying you across the town, you can make at least 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm back to full. Okay.
3 or 4. I mean, I talked to the nice inn lady. You're good. Yeah.
Yeah, you were actively being carried. You weren't engaged.
You would expend no energy.
Oof. No, I'm gonna spend my 10 from Banard. And it's a fumble by 2.
Distracted, are we?
No, so you fumble by 2, but you still don't make an 18. Which is
Yeah,
what-
no. The
You just get rid
spell
of
I think doesn't go off at all.
the spell doesn't go off at all.
If you had a luck, you would, right?
No, because he has to
Oh
make an
no,
18.
actually, yeah. If it's a fumble 1 to 5, the spell still goes off, but I take 1 point of damage.
You brought it
for
down to a
each that I
5.
fumble.
Okay, yeah.
I brought it down to a 2 because
So
it's
it doesn't
minus
explode.
5 too.
Yeah. So the spell will go off, but because it is not an 18, you are not anywhere close to Eleanor.
Let's try again. Hold on, that didn't work.
I need you to roll a
Wait, wait.
D100. This is the DC for the spell. If they don't make it, you're not anywhere close to where you
How
need to
many
be.
miles away?
Is about how many miles away you are. So you're 35 miles away from
Eleanor.
and you
Who
don't know
knows
where
where
she
that is?
and she
No.
you don't know where she is, and you don't know
We
where
have a
that
feeling she's en route somewhere from wherever she said she was to
where
Matina.
you saw her last
That's
was
a-
in Bruges on the way
Bruges,
to Matina.
Matina.
She said
That's
she
a
was on her way to
large
Matina.
swath of area to be 35 miles in.
Yeah, I'm just going to bring us back to the inn, like immediately.
You kind of open your eyes, you're standing in the middle of a
Like a forest, or
forest,
something.
and there's a tree, and you're kind of like half in the water.
And I think for that moment, Brenna's action is to do this.
And then the 27, the portal opens again, and you're back in the inn.
Like in the end, and I just reach out an arm and I grab my stuff. I just
Yeah,
Cross
once
them
we
again.
reappear, I just go, that normally doesn't happen. And now I'm tuckered out.
no,
And I reached 0 stamina. In fact, I overexerted, so I will fall unconscious.
and I'll like reach out with the arm, not holding my things, catch him and go. Fuck you. Just put the stuff down, scoop him up, plop him on the bed, going. Just his unconscious body. What am I supposed to do from here?
I don't know. If you wait about 2 turns, he wakes back up.
I need you
And
to
then,
roll.
and then she debates. I wonder if I could get him naked before he wakes up, and then we'd be even. for the
Okay, so well, you have
teleporting.
one
But then
round.
she goes, I don't know where he was teleporting. We probably both should be naked. That could look bad. Because she's
Or
thinking Valayanto said that one time. So she's just gonna be torn, like looking at you, like stuff under one arm. Before you wake up, yeah.
So you may take your 2 recovery actions.
Uh-huh.
Bed. It's very comfortable.
You may take 3 recovery actions if you wish.
Well, I think at 2, like I'll still pass the death save to wake
Stun
up.
save, yeah.
Yes, stun save to wake up. And
Nope.
you won't succeed. You're still unconscious. So round 3, recovery action number 3. You can make another stun
There you
save. There you go.
There you go.
It's like 15 seconds after.
Yeah. Just what am I supposed to do now? I just have all my stuff ready. I'm like sitting next to him.
Are you dressed normally, or are you still in your
It's been 15 seconds. All she's done is like
Okay,
grab her
grab the
bundle
stuff.
off the floor. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not dead, I'm not dreaming.
No, we did just go to a random forest and back.
This
And then you
happens when
passed
my
out. You got
my
tuckered
thoughts
out.
are jumbled. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, did you
Mhm.
see? I opened 2 portals in the quick succession.
And then you passed out. It isn't.
Yes, because it's been a day.
It has. It has been a day. She's like, I'll give you that one. It has been a day.
And as much as I would need to warn my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just gonna use the bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna go right over her head.
She's like, so you're just gonna fucking take a nap? She doesn't say
Maybe.
it, but that's the look on her face. It's like, so you're like, oh, can't tell you anything. We're gonna put a pin in this discussion. Teleport away, teleport back, pass out, and then now you want a nap? She just she looks
No, when he sees that, it's just maybe we could go for some sightseeing.
Mm-hmm.
They're writing a strongly worded letter to my cousin.
You sure you're not too tuckered out?
I would say right now, no. I don't need a whole lot of time to recharge, you know.
Oh, I thought you were going to go somewhere else with I don't need a whole lot of time. And with like a slight smirk. Force a habit at this point for her. You've taught her how to communicate in snark. Like this is Kadern's fault. She was not this snarky before she met Kadern.
What have I done? But yeah, Kadern is gonna start taking off his clothes.
Okay. Brenna's gonna be like, there's a look on her face that just says, what am I doing?
He's making sure, like, he's going to remove everything from like the waist top.
Point of order. I'm afraid you've removed things from the waist up, but you have not described your abs. You should remind.
I should remind everyone at home.
Yes, remind everyone about the abs.
That Kadern's abs have abs.
Wow.
And that right now, after having spent a bit of time in, like, you know, the enormous desert heat that the Korath Desert has,
you're all sweaty,
and also teleporting back and forth, I'm sort of the like glistening damp type of thing. They look like a freshly used washboard. But he doesn't like get completely naked. He just takes and with each, you know, couple of pieces, he's gonna like glance at Brenna to see what her reaction is. Because he was taken by surprise and now he doesn't really know what to do.
What to do? She wasn't expecting that kind of response, and so she also doesn't know what to do. So I think she's gonna say, so does this mean that Odzo was right?
I don't know, Brenna. Does this mean that Odzo was right?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I don't know. Maybe we should just do it and see.
There's a look on her face of like, what? Is that how you determine you like people?
Do you have any better way right now?
I mean, we have traveled together extensively for weeks on end, but you know,
Kadern developed self-hypnosis. I remember that from a few sessions ago.
Yes.
I'm gonna see.
Because I mean, how much could we screw with his head if we pretended we did it?
That's tempting for her. Right, fuck it.
No, I'm sorry, the line is fuck him.
I'm so excited. Also,
I was like,
because
I
they
feel like
didn't
she
wait
needs to
until
roll
after
a
10
courage
p.m.
check for this. Uh-huh. So, and she nat 20 or double.
Yeah.
She crit real good on that. So,
Yeah.
Darren will
Yeah.
be taken by surprise again.
So we're going to close the door for a few hours on what happens
and
in
it's
this
and it's
inn.
well before 10
10
p.m.
p.m.
Sightseeing.
Which means,
It's got
which means
got to be before 10 p.m.
Oh god,
Yeah,
yes.
which
You
means-
guys
So
didn't go. You went
before
you
like,
went for breakfast
barely
at
10
tea,
a.m.
and so
Yeah.
it's not even like noon yet.
Math's gonna
no,
get
no, it's
bored
it's
around
past
11.
that because they went to tea right for 2. They were doing stuff in the morning. They went over there
Oh, we
for
did
like
we
tea
did
and, like,
kind of do some stuff.
Yeah, so-
Because
yeah.
yeah.
So
So
it's
you
gonna be
went
like
for
dinner time.
Yeah, it'll be like dinner.
Oh no! Right when Math said he was gonna mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be right when Mav said I was gonna go and
Yeah.
just make sure you're all safe. Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
so doors close.
Yep.
Math.
Yes.
Things have calmed down. The bombardment for now has stopped. Actually, it's been stopped for a while. There's
Weird.
been, people have moved to the Great Hall. They're starting to serve dinner. There's been a couple of the older serving ladies have kind of arranged like little games for the small children to, kind of encourage them to, do things that might be helpful and like kind of teaching them things like how to run away, but making it a game, kind of
Yeah. Yep.
both distraction and important things to learn during a siege. So dinner is lovely. It's a little plainer, not a big feast, but everyone is well fed. There's there's a meat course and there's a couple vegetables and some breads. What are you doing this evening?
Well, I have dinner with my wife and child in the common rooms, of course. But I did promise my 2 allies that I would scry upon them at 7 p.m. Just to, make sure that they're safe. Assuming, of course, that they wouldn't be able to teleport back until the next day. But I did let them know that I would not scry upon them after 10 p.m. So I'm going to go and give myself some space, and I'm going to go and do a little bit of scrying. But if it's 7 o'clock, I'm going to scry, not at the present moment, but 30 minutes earlier, because if I scry 30 minutes earlier than 7 p.m., then I'm not scrying in the moment. It's a bit safer that way, and I'm just going to go and see, make sure that my allies are safe and doing well, because after all, we have a plan, and that plan was very clearly. They will do whatever it is they're going to do, and then I'm going to go and, scry upon them at 7, check in to make sure they're all right, and then they'll go and do whatever sort of things they're going to do afterwards. I imagine when I scry upon them, it'll be some sort of them discussing things around a table, perhaps, or something like that is what I imagine, or I don't know. Some sort of, maybe they're investigating or something. Let me go and just...
Roll that magical ritual casting.
I shall. I shall do exactly that. Expecting to see just something very boring, of course. Hello there, magic and spells? Where are
You just
There-
roll
there
ritual
you are.
casting.
Yes. Those little... What does this do? What happens if I do that?
No, that just posts the ritual itself. You need to roll
Oh.
ritual casting. It's underneath spell casting. Or
Well, that's not...
no,
good.
spell casting goes for both spells and rituals. Hex casting is for its own skill. So you just need spell casting. My
Yes,
apologies. I misspoke.
Right. No worries. So, right. Yes, all right. I'm going to go and spend my materials on this one. Let me do some ritual casting. Excuse me, there's a little bit of ritual crafting right there. 28.
So it's 6:30.
Yes, in the past. 30 minutes in the past. Oh,
You are So Gus, Math said it would be something very plain and basic. I have to ask, Brenna and Kadern, is it plain and basic?
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't know how wild Brenna can get.
Chains were already
But-
introduced.
Yes,
Yeah, but I'm not
and-
touching the Dimeridium.
There are
The
regular
gag might work.
shackles. There's and a gag. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I think given what happened, like if you want to have Kadern shackled and gagged, like that can be a
But
thing.
see, the thing is
She doesn't.
Brenna's the
Likes to
sub.
be shackled and gagged. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, then Brenna
Yeah.
would be shackled and gagged.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so okay. So over inside the castle, right? I mean, I'm because I don't want to alert anyone in case there's like death and danger and like violence. But I imagine that I've got Ardzo not too far, like in a different room, but not too far away.
Brenna
so
has
in
a
case it's really
function
bad-
at the castle. And is
Well, yes.
and like while initiated with with like gumption, totally lets Kadern like lead to his comfort level of
Just
whatever.
take, Kadern's blood, and I'm going to just put the ritual and do a little bit of burning, and sort of in the bowl, I'm going to go peer deep in it. I'm going to go. It's not 10 o'clock. Not 10 o'clock.
I think there's
Yeah, no.
just can I magic training?
You
to see
can magic
when
training
someone
because
is-
that's the great thing of being a mage. You can always magic
No,
training
'cause
to
it's the past.
it
Oh,
doesn't
it's
matter. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
because
but the moment-
you're scrying on, he's allowed to magic train to see if you can he's being scryed upon.
I feel like there was a thing. That's one of the reasons why I did the why I did the past, not the present, because I think there was
Because it's one of the few things that's contradictory because but part of the thing about magical training is it says specifically you can use it as a role as awareness, detects magical beings, spells, and hexes. So it's designed so that you can see if
Oh no, actually, no, he's right. Yeah,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
because if
That's
you're
why I do the
viewing a
past.
current event, I can do it, but not if he's viewing it in the past.
A past
Okay.
event.
So,
So-
because I
so
just
that's-
wanted
We
to
have
have like
no idea
Kadern
that
just flip a
math-
bird in the air
Nope.
when it pinged,
No,
but,
but
he's
apparently
never
it's-
going to know it.
Kadern's line of like, how funny would it be if we convinced him? And now it's
I already know. But no, because it's one of the reasons why math always is the past, because that you get around people knowing that you're doing it. Also, it's easier.
it's a good workaround.
that
for
is true. It
surround
is easier
mages.
it is easier to scry on the past.
Yep.
And I go, oh,
It's not 10 o'clock.
it's not 10 o'clock. Well, and I sort of, I pick up the bowl, right? I pick up the bowl, and I'm like, well, I should, I'm going to just, and like, I'm alone, like in like this, like in a side room, and I've got the bowl, so I'm not looking at it anymore because it seems awkward. I'm like, well, then I'm gonna go to like the basin. I'm just like dump it out, just clean out the bowl, then clean out a second time, and then just put the bowl on the table, and just kind of sit there for a moment, like, and then I just like pick up the bowl and I wipe it out again, put it back down. Well, they're not. Lord Arthur, they're not captured. Everything's fine.
Or if they are captured, they're doing great.
Mhm.
I feel like it's time to. I should take a stroll a bit. I'm gonna take a stroll. Lord Arthur, everything's fine. They should probably return tomorrow. Yes, this is what I. And he's gonna just like sort of pack up his little kit, and just sort of like take a bit of a stroll.
I can I put just a little pin in that for just a sec because Simon
Please.
got an
Absolutely.
idea, but I need to. Okay,
Please.
I love it.
I'm here for
Um,
all
I
your
want all the
ideas.
I was trying to type it in chat and listening at the same time and it didn't work.
Didn't work.
Brenna,
Yes.
is there any type of like fantasy you have, like a fantasy setting
Nice.
that is
Mhm.
better
Oh,
than
nice.
just
Oh,
Nice.
so
And
you could
in a-
illusion?
I
Uh-huh.
can.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. That is a very interesting question. As Prax fades to black.
She cannot handle the excitement of this moment, and neither can Lord Math. He's like, "Oh my, oops." Well, he's like, "It wasn't my fault. It was I did.
It wasn't my fault. New
I
kink
scried at
unlocked
the right time."
voyeurism. Kidding. No. Achievement unlocked. Brenna, thinking about Brenna's history, it's mostly been in or around the castle. I imagine
But I imagine that's-
some,
Yeah, but it can be anywhere.
yeah, someplace she's never.
You can be captured and gagged and bound anywhere you want.
Pirate ship.
Look, is this just a recreation of the Sheik? And is Simon
is.
Ralphio
I'm just saying.
Is
Rudolph
Valentino?
Valentino. Yeah. I'm just
The
saying.
what?
The Sheik.
The Sheik. Silent film. Big deal. He was quite the heartthrob.
I've not.
Rudolph Valentino who's a very, very Italian, although he never got to. He
I'm gonna have
played.
to watch this later.
Oh, you need to understand the.
Oh, it's got Loretta Young.
Oh,
Nice.
it is scandalous.
I love Scandalous.
It should not have Loretta Young. She is too young for that.
That's what it
Should be,
says.
Wait, the
she's a
entire
child.
movie is available on Wikipedia
Look,
because
Yeah,
it's public domain.
here for it. I'll watch that later.
Yeah.
I think
It's all overdone, gauzy,
so.
fake Hollywood Orientalism at its
Yeah, I
Arabic
just-
Arabic Orientalism with an Italian playing an Arab.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
really know the
the
difference.
20s,
It's-
No.
30s, 40s,
20s.
50s, 60s, anything. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
But is there a place? Because I can
yes,
do
no.
a fier. I
I was
can
gonna
do.
say, Matina
least
is
I can do-
generally like plains and mountains, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And same as her cat school. is
Yes,
all-
basically.
yeah. So I
mountains
think
and-
she would have said either like an island or the coast, because she's never seen anything like that.
Oh,
somewhere
then
like tropical. Yeah,
okay.
I think she would have said somewhere like that.
I got you, boo. We are playing captured by the Skellige Vikings.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the
Kadir
room
looks like a Skellige
resembles the
Viking?
deck of a ship with like
Nice.
water splashing around, even though
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it doesn't affect it. So I need to roll spellcasting to see if
Yeah.
well, first of all, if it fails.
I'm really glad
No.
the innkeeper lady was like, we'll ignore whatever sounds come out of that room.
So the
Just don't ruin
illusion
my
to
emotion.
disbelief, the
No,
disbelief disillusion, which by the way doesn't make any sound.
okay.
It's
that's
only
good.
visual. It's
Only
only
visual.
visual.
But I think
Uh,
only the scrying is only visual anyway, too.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it is correct.
So-
Yep.
So
I don't think Brenna's ever
can-
been on a ship, so that
I can keep it
exciting.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
The illusion. The
Currently,
illusion is
sure.
The illusion.
Listen, through my focus, I can keep it up right now. 25. Oh my god, the duration is per round.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can keep it up 25 rounds,
Mhm.
but if I take one recovery action from time to time, it can be indefinite.
Nice.
nice.
Just saying.
Sure.
I need to know, are you dressed like a Skellige Viking?
I will have glamored myself
Oh my god.
Nice.
to just have like I don't know, like a longer like a braided beard maybe, or fix
You'd be like,
his
"No."
look.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No.
No, he's not. Then he's not. It's Kadern.
Oh, well,
On
just
the
put
deck of a ship.
those there. So
Weird.
well, they're all right. It seems like they're fine. I'm going to go and take.
Oxenford
read
is
a
a
book.
port town. We could have just sightseed
Yes.
on the.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yep,
on the, they're on a,
mhm.
yes. Well, boats. Going to go. Yep. Mm. Well, I'm glad to know they're not captured. Everything seems to have gone well. They don't seem to have any injuries. I Yes. I wasn't looking that much detail. Just no big, large. Anyway, the bowl. And no, no, they're
Again.
fine. Just one more time, just to make sure it's clean. They're fine. There you go. Just stand up on the parapet and just gaze about the valley. Won't be able to see anything because of the fog. Won't be able to see anything. I saw nothing. Did not see a thing. Just going up to the parapet, see nothing. So dramatic.
Since you're going up to the parapet, Math, would you roll me an awareness?
Yes, of course. Let me see. Hello, awareness. How are you doing? No, that's the magic part, because I saw the things. I want to note, though, that I did say that I wouldn't act before 10, 21.
21.
Before 10.
Mhm.
Before 10.
For 21, you look out across the darkening fog as sun has begun, at this point set, so you have the darkness rising, the fog. You can see a couple pinpricks of light moving oddly through the mists as if they're fires.
Yeah. Good night, you otherworldly hunters who are wild. Apparently you like berries of some sort. What that was about, some sort of wild thorn berries. It must be some sort of thing they eat on their home world. Some strange name. Yeah. Make my way back down. Yes, spend some quality time with my family and recover. I do have a concussion after all, and
Indeed you do. Indeed
sleep.
you do.
Get some bleach. Pour it in your eyes.
If I use the bleach, then people would know something was up. So I just have to just be
You
brave.
light some sage. Rub it around your bowl.
It's just a little sage, a bit more patchouli. Just
No, if you've been spying on us with that bowl, you need bleach.
Don't bring blacklight.
She just said don't
that's
ruin
what
the
Sense of Magic's
upholstery.
about.
This is true. That's all
Nothing
she
else
said.
about. Yeah.
What
Imagine
upholstery? We're on a boat.
Yeah. No, imagine like the chairs like before were like slid to the side of the room with the Demurium shackles and like everything else is fine.
Ooh. Okay.
I am so here for the emotional fallout, because one thing I know about cat witchers, especially Brenna, super emotionally stable. So excited for this.
This is all a problem for future Cadarn.
This is a problem for future Cadarn. Cool. We will let the evening come to its end, as it were.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful next morning.
It is the beautiful next morning.
So I take it we take no recovery action.
That's your choice.
We don't regain our stamina.
That's your choice.
It depends if you get a couple hours of sleep or not.
We did get a pretty early start.
Mhm.
After afternoon tea, so we could get a few hours of sleep. Couple.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
So you might recover.
We started at 10 p.m. That would be a different story, but as Math found out,
You didn't start at 10.
was not the case.
So you can recover. Have a recovery action.
Oh, good.
And recover
Nice
all of your
stamina.
stamina because you did sleep and we used short rest stamina rules.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad to know, by the way, that everything that Cadarn told me about being the king of the wild hunt and having this desperate love affair with Brenna is true, clearly. So just more good confirmation. That's good.
Mm-hmm. As dawn breaks in this inn.
And I think Brenna is actually sleeping.
Mm.
It's been the first time in a while.
Yeah.
Brenna sleeps. Darren sleeps. Dawn begins to break across Oxenfurt. Can I get the both of you to roll me an awareness?
Yeah, I thought about not sleeping. I was like, I think she might though. Awareness check. Oh,
22.
I'm gonna put some luck into it. I'm gonna put like 2 points of luck into it. 26.
You are both awakened by shouts in the street, cries, clamor.
Is it cold?
No.
I got that's Kater wakes up and is like, like ready to stab something.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
And then sees that the threat isn't imminent, and then it's like,
I'll go up to the window and check.
and then she realizes where she is and what happened yesterday, and it's just like, oh, and it's just gonna sit there while Kater goes to the window to check.
We're keeping your 22 awareness. You're in an inn on one of the side streets, but you're a little higher up in the room, and for some reason you have a quasi unobstructed view on the center of town, on that courtyard that kind of centers out around the university. And you can see in the center of town 3 figures strung up, hanging from the walls of the University of Oxenfurt.
Mm-hmm.
Blade.
Oh, charming.
Okay.
Other than
Who
that,
they?
you don't know. You'd have to get closer. You're not like on this town square. You can just see them because they're,
Okay, okay.
you know, hanging off the walls, suspended. Hear people shouting, questioning who did this, what happened, how did this happen. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Ooh.
Were they shouting like, yeah, woo, we got those bad guys being flayed, yeah? Was that the kind of shouts? Was it like
No.
shouts of like, we're
I
townsfolk,
mean, I'm
we're so
still hoping
happy?
that we're a couple centuries too early for the witch hunts.
We hope.
I mean, technically
Yes.
you are. And they start in not this city anyways.
No. Thankfully.
Very well, just be-
Thankfully.
We're just so excited, you know, because, yay, look, there are villains who've been flayed.
I think it's a message.
And is the message that Wild Hunt shouldn't come here?
I don't think
We're
so.
on top of things.
We'll find out. You'll find out. Maybe you'll find out. Who knows? I mean,
Maybe we'll just leave. Like that looks messy.
Yeah.
We should go.
we'll find out what happens. But thank you for being here. Thank you for this wonderful story we are telling. Thank you for having fun with me tonight. We'll go around, let everyone say all their bits and shill and share some love with your castmates for tonight. And this is where I remind everyone, because it is important for me to do so, that you now officially have 5 episodes left before the series finale.
Ooh.
Why don't we go with Trooper? Hey Trooper, how are you?
Hey, I'm Trooper SJP, but first I want to say that were I someone different, I would be strength saves, and that you could find me at strength saves, but also you can find me anywhere, but I'm like really cool and you really should follow me and see what I'm doing, but I will not say that because I'm Billy, and I would just say follow my friends because they're really cool, but really, Billy is really cool, and you should also give Billy love. So just to note that one. And now I'm actually Trooper SJP, and I have been playing Math Ren, and it has been lovely. Many of my dreams came true at around 5 or so in the evening, and I'm really excited for what happens next, which will be emotional fallout of the best kind, and I'll just have to make sure to get popcorn next
I'll have to have
week.
popcorn.
That'll
yeah.
be yeah. Go ahead and make sure there's popcorn. And let me see. You can find me tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. over at Wandering DMs for Montreal by Night, which will involve some vampires and also just like pleasant things, and then nothing bad. And then Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. over at High Shelf Collective, you can find me for some Cyberpunk Red Ascension Shadows of the Red Death, GM by Simon, and that will also be only happy, pleasant things because that's what happens in RPGs. I feel like in RPGs, it's people just hanging out having dinner most of the time. And then Friday, you can find me over my channel, Tripper SJP, at 7 p.m. Eastern, where I'm doing the final episode of my solo Crash Jones Space Adventure, where it's real bad. And then, 2 p.m. Oh, actually 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern over at Balrog 1911 over at on Saturday for some Tales from the Brinkwood. And I'm going to give my love to Lindy for the shock value, not on me, but on Kadern. And also the sub levels of Brenna. That the surface levels of Brenna have no idea what they're up to, but they're up to stuff.
they
So I'm
don't
just gonna
talk.
give some love. They don't talk. I'm gonna give some love to
They don't talk.
depth Brenna. And
Sometimes a depth charge goes off, and then Surface Brenna has to deal with what happened. Yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited. So excited. That's me.
Okay, then.
Can I pass it to depth charges?
You can pass it to depth charges. Hey, Lindy, how are you?
Depth
How are you feeling?
charges!
How's life going
I'm
for
feeling
you?
good. I'm doing good. I feel like the sleep deprivation definitely helps when you're trying to do shot. I mean, I laughed more than I probably would have if I was had a full night of sleep, but I'm here for it because it was jolly and merry. Yeah, Brenna was probably never gonna find out, but then Artso had to approach her last week, and she's like, you know what? I will make a plan. I'm going to find out because I know that kingdom thing's a whole farce, but you're bringing up some good points with the other thing, Artso. And Artso's a really good people person, according to Brenna. So
Eh?
we fucked around, and maybe we'll find out.
We've actually fucked around, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure everything will be totally fine. Had a blast. My love for tonight goes for a trooper just sitting there with his imaginary popcorn and like the kettle stirring that he's been trying to do for seasons now. Finally, so everyone's reactions was great. Much love to chat. I had to not look at it for most of the session because it was cracking me up. Like, oh my gosh, y'all, 2 Portal Kadern, and then just the postcard comment and souvenirs. Just y'all are fabulous. And of course for Kadern for also just being caught completely off guard, because that doesn't happen often for Kadern. And neither of them knowing what to do about it. They're like, so we're here now.
So
Yep.
good.
I loved that. I honestly loved that.
The
So
courage roll
good.
was to see if she'd have the balls to do, and or lack of brains to do it or not. She had to be at 15 and she crit it. So I was like, all right,
Yep,
she's
yep.
in. See how that goes. You can find me online, witnessing all the repercussions of my actions at Laugh Love Lindy on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I play an NGM tabletop RPGs. You can find me next tomorrow night on my channel for the new batch, our Mondays in Exandria game. We're in Bazzoxan trying to convince them to let us into the big evil temple, and I'm sure it'll only go well. And then on Tuesday, we do not have Stargate this week, but we will have, let me pull up the calendar, on Saturday, we should have our Aliens game, which I'm very excited about. Aliens, Blade Runner, Predators, we're in the egg. It's terrible, but exciting. And so you should hang out and see. All the VODs are on YouTube if you want to catch up and watch anything. And of course, on Wednesday with Trooper and Simon for our lovely, lovely cyberpunk game where that character at least has some more thought about repercussions and actions, perhaps, maybe. I don't know. She's really low empathy, though. So
Yeah, I think she knows there are consequences. She just doesn't give a shit.
There's a difference. She knows what the consequences will be. She just makes calculated like decisions. Like, is it worth it?
So that leads to the other party of this evening's sightseeing. Hey Simon, how are you? How you doing? How's life going for you?
What's up? I'm Simon. Life is going okay. I'll say that out loud. Everyone knows what's going on anyway in chat here. But yeah, I kind of needed this game tonight. It helped. I wasn't at the top of my game. I apologize. Kadern was at the top of his game, probably, presumably, after the portal thing. And yeah, so before the spiel, my love for tonight will go to Lindy. Because even I didn't know what you had planned.
You know, I had something planned. You just didn't know what.
Yeah, I figured it would have been completely different. I did not picture you bringing stuff along.
Lingerie. Let's wear a very specific outfit.
So yeah, that also kind of took me by surprise. But yeah, no, that was quite pleasant. But now we have to stop fooling around and we have to save my wife. And yeah, no, otherwise, tomorrow we're back with Vampire, with the spooky House of Shadowy Tentacles. And then on Wednesday for the penultimate episode of our Cyberpunk mini campaign, which will probably start with a lot of gunfire and screeching tires. And then on Saturday for Scion, we have gone through the a lore dump kind of exposition episode where hopefully the players got some or all the answers they had to their burning questions, and now they're, well, kind of like in this game last week, they are going to have tea with a professor. Except tea is beer at an Irish pub, but everything else is kind of the same. And then back here on Sunday for probably the fallout of this Night of Passion.
Indeed, indeed. Well, follow all of these wonderful, fabulous people. Follow them for all of the things they do. Hi, everyone. I am your friendly neighborhood Prax. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being following this wonderful story so far. Like I said earlier, there are only 5 episodes left of this final season, and the series will end. How it will end? Well, have to find out. But you can follow me over on @Deirdre Donlin or Praxagora Thesmiophoria as you see me around here on Twitch, or Prax the Bard over on Hive. You can also find me doing a bunch of things online. First up, you'll find me tomorrow night as I get to be a player in Montreal by Night. And I would like to point out that nothing that has happened is the Ravnos' fault. At all. In any way, shape, or form.
Or Folly's fault.
Or Folly's fault. It's neither Flory nor Folly's fault. Hashtag not the Ravnos. Hashtag not the Malk. It's great. We'll find out what happens. Flory has a plan. She hopes to succeed on the plan. We will find out if the plan works. Maybe. Then you can find, probably during the week, and maybe even tomorrow during the day, depending on how things go, and before Montreal by Night, I am working on some game prep streams as I prepare for the game that will be coming to the channel after Witcher ends. And if you watched any of them last week, you know we finished a bunch of the mechanics build. Now we need to work on some lore stuff, and it will be very interesting to see where this goes. You can follow that If you missed any of that previously, you can check them out on YouTube. I'll post the VODs up there. And you can follow the progression of Carousel Court and find out how that story will end up. So probably check during the week, probably Thursday during the day, maybe Monday during the day. Saturday we'll be back for more A Song of Agapia's Fortune as the Agapia crew are ascending a mountain to take on a lich and possibly a cult. And they survived getting hugs from a corpse flower or 3. And
isn't that the flowers you taught me to hate?
One of, yes.
Okay.
That's the one with the zombies. Where
Don't trust nature, y'all.
Nature's scary.
And so that will be come back and see how that's going. Also, they managed to keep all of their NPCs alive so far, but they have 75 of them, so the odds of them... They summoned an army to go take on the Lich, and so far, they're all alive. We'll see if that stays. But if you liked what you saw here, if you enjoyed this story, if you want to check out anything you missed it, you should check out the VODs. They're over on YouTube. You can check them out over there. They're all nice, neat playlists to make life easy. We also, as Nightbot just told you all, we have a merch store. There are merch that is actually in people's physical hands at this moment, I can confirm. Yes, there is physical merch that is in people's hands, and you could go check it out. If you've been following The Witcher, there's some Witch Yonto or You merch. There will be some Lord Math merch going up, and a couple other things as well. I have to get them finished designs, though. We also have... But check that out, see what you want to do. If you also want to support me and you like what we do over here, I have a Ko-Fi. You can support us over there. Everything that goes into that helps support this channel, goes to buy the art for the games, goes to support the technology and all the wonderful things that go on here. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. I think that's everything. That seems to be everything. Oh, I should give you a little teaser. I rolled a 42. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.